Better Life Insurance, where better means belonging. Call 888-488-4136. Insurance issued by Better Life Insurance Company. Terms and conditions apply. Member benefits are subject to change. Contact a licensed agent for details.
Eager to remodel your kitchen, bath, or rec room? This is Rob Adair, and we're ready with a personal redesign for you. Adair Floors and Remodeling in Franklin. Give us a call and get personal care from Adair. 761-3660. AdairFloors.com.
Is thinning hair or receding hairline making you feel self-conscious? Try Hair Grow from New Nordic. Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start feeling your best with Hair Grow.
Built Right Furniture, Leather, and Mattress.
You gotta get to Built Right today.
The Bucks are back home to add some pizzazz against the Jazz.
Lillard driving, steps back, fires away from three, and he plants it right in the heart of the cylinder. Damian Lillard has put the Bucks ahead.
Our coverage of the matchup begins tonight at 6 with Bucks Shoot Around. We are your home for the Bucks. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
6 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Thursday, November 7th, our top story. Working the phones on both sides of the aisle post-election.
I'm Erik Bilstad. More possible interest cuts.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and for the most part, we're looking pretty good around this area. But in Sheboygan County, we have Highway 57 closed in both directions between Highway C and Highway PP because of an incident. So you want to be extra careful as you're heading through there. Again, that's Eastern Avenue and County Highway PP. So be very careful if you're heading through there. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, mostly sunny skies today and a high of 57 degrees. Mostly clear overnight. Temperatures will dip down near the freezing mark away from Lake Michigan, stay a little bit warmer along the lakeshore. Right now at 44. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, President Biden expected to address the nation later today following President-elect Donald Trump's victory on Election Day. The Biden speech comes after he was busy working the phones Wednesday.
The White House says President Biden spoke by phone with Vice President Harris and congratulated her on her historic campaign. He also spoke to President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. The president expressed to Trump his commitment to ensuring a smooth transition and, according to the White House, emphasized the importance of working to bring the country together. Mr. Biden also invited Trump to meet with him in the White House in the near future. Trump did not extend a similar invitation 4 years ago after Biden beat him. Trump did meet with then-President Barack Obama after his victory in 2016. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
President-elect Trump also busy on the phone following his victory, speaking with Chinese President Xi Jinping just hours after winning his return to the White House.
According to the official Chinese readout of the call, Xi told Trump that he hoped for cooperation and mutual respect, and that the two sides should find a, quote, correct way of getting along, and that a fight would hurt both sides. During the first Trump administration, U.S.-China relations cratered after the one-two punch of the Trump-initiated trade war and the pandemic. The relationship had only just begun to stabilize in the past year under the Biden administration. Carson Yu, ABC News, Hong Kong.
Wisconsin Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says he is in full support of a Trump presidency, despite the pair having butted heads in the past.
When President Trump was in town, he didn't say anything negative. So I take that as a big positive, that we are all on the same team. We're all focused on making sure that we get the agenda enacted that we all support. And I think that's going to resonate as it becomes law in D.C., and we'll do the same thing here in Madison.
Speaker Vos officially endorsed the president-elect in March. He had previously refused to take steps to overturn Trump's loss in Wisconsin during the 2020 election.
News about your money. Stock futures are up. This as the Federal Reserve appears likely to cut interest rates once again later today. And it comes a day after the stock market surged.
But not every sector is flourishing. Dave Spano is the president and CEO of Annex Wealth Management.
Solar stocks are down, but banking stocks are up. And so you're just seeing money move from one side of the washing machine to the next.
Stocks tied to clean energy, vaccines, and China are largely down due to fears of a possible trade barrier.
So if you are a retailer here in the United States and you're a low-cost provider and you get a lot of your goods from China, you're not doing great.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Cryptocurrency and Bitcoin also saw major gains on Wednesday.
Molson Coors announced plans to close multiple brewing locations in Wisconsin, including the historic Leinenkugel Brewery in Chippewa Falls.
The brewing giant tells WTMJ the decision to close the Northwestern Wisconsin brewery is a result of the end of a large contract brewing agreement and that operations will now shift to their main site in Milwaukee's Miller Valley. In a statement to WTMJ, former Leinenkugel's president Dick Leinenkugel says none of his family was made aware of or counseled on the decision. Molson Coors adds the Leine Lodge and adjacent pilot brewery in Chippewa Falls will remain open year-round. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
In a letter to distributors, Molson Coors also indicated it will close operations at Leinenkugel's 10th Street Brewery in Milwaukee, both locations set to end operations in January.
An update to the death of 3-year-old Elijah Vu. A man charged in the death of Elijah from Two Rivers will now stand trial. Jesse Vang faces multiple felony charges, including physical abuse of a child connected to the 3-year-old's death. Manitowoc County District Attorney Jacqueline Labrie.
What type of evidence was law enforcement able to utilize to put together that time period of where he was that evening?
We had accumulated text messages, cell tower information from phone companies, information from phone extractions, and video surveillance from multiple different places or businesses.
Vu's mother, Katrina Bauer, is also facing charges in connection to the child's death.
Coming up, the acronym is SAD, SAD, and so is the result. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:04.
Here we are again, November. No more nice weather, Vember. Let's at least keep the cold and wet outside and do it with style with new Pella windows. Pella's, installed by Pella's 4-time National Platinum Certified Contractor of the Year, our own local and family-owned Siding Unlimited. No question that Pella windows are the best. Best looking, best functioning, best energy efficiency, and great choices with double hung casement, big bay windows, and even the in-window blinds to match your decor. And the best installer in the whole country is right here, our Siding Unlimited. That's the 4-time declaration by Pella Window Company of Pella, Iowa. Your first 2 easy choices. Number 1, Pella Windows. Number 2, Siding Unlimited. See all the other Pella choices at the unique Siding Unlimited Outside In showroom, 665 Larry Court in Brookfield. They're waiting for you. What are you waiting for? SidingUnlimited.com.
It's a bully that will not let up until you do something about it. And the worst part is that the bullying happens when you're at your most vulnerable. You might as well have your hands tied behind your back while that bully puts one hand over your mouth and pinches your nose with the other. He'll let up, let you catch your breath, and then he'll do it again. Sleep apnea is a bully. Not long ago, we heard our friend John tell you about how his bully was stopping his breathing in his sleep over 145 times an hour. Think about what that can do to your body's organs. It's no wonder that the snowball effects of long-term obstructive sleep apnea are heart disease, stroke, even depression and anxiety. But this problem is solvable, and we have solutions, and you'll be surprised at how simple they are.
To date, Advent has solved over 40,000 breathing triangle problems. It's time to put that bully in his place. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows. When you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary.
Black Friday savings start now at Steinhafels. Get all the latest looks at the season's best prices, like mattresses starting at just $199, recliners at $449, sofas at $499, and more. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:07.
So Bucks coach Doc Rivers insists they're all good over there. I'll let him tell it at 6:15.
Authorities rescue as many as 50 dogs from terrible conditions at a home in Fond du Lac County. Our partners at NBC 26 in Green Bay reported conditions at that home as deplorable. This was in the town of Calumet. They're so extreme, hazmat support was called in for assistance. Charges now expected to be filed against the homeowner.
Police and drivers on edge near Raleigh, North Carolina, where officers are investigating 6 reports of shots fired at passing vehicles on the interstate.
Raleigh police say someone shot at 6 cars on I-40 this week. Anissa Williams commutes from Greensboro to Raleigh every day.
I'm feeling a little worried about it. I want to know what it's motivated by.
It's WNCN TV's Harrison Grubb reporting police believe at least some of the shooting incidents are connected.
All right, we're back to standard time now. The dark days after the end of daylight saving time can be an adjustment for many.
That sunlight is exactly what people prone to seasonal disorders need, and many have serious trouble getting through the dark days. Seasonal affective disorder is a type of depression that begins in the fall and gets better in the spring or summer. Doctors suggest beginning in the morning, sit near a device that puts out light about 20 times brighter than regular light. Therapy is helpful for some. Other recommendations include walking outside and sticking to a regular sleep schedule. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
Or I don't know, it could just suck up and deal. It's winter, like you just.
Man, no empathy.
The globe
from
is
you.
turning. We are revolving around the sun.
We spin on an axis, which means a couple of a year or a couple of months there we get more darkness than light.
We're all carrying around our own bag of crap. I get it, right? But let's buck up and deal. 608.
Well, I was going to read you what some experts suggest.
Please suggest.
You're
more.
going to love this.
Yes.
Now I have to tell you. Some experts suggest putting mirrors near corners to reflect and distribute artificial and natural light. So if you have more mirrors, that'll help with that.
Very well then.
Right?
609 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Mirrors.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Hey, WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here, reminding you to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News podcast. We update it every day with every interview, every segment, every bit we do on the show.
Wait, we don't do bits on the show.
We're thrilled to have the one and only Will Pounder.
I don't know what that means.
Labeled or known as being a big baguette.
All right, maybe we do some bits.
Be sure you subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News podcast, presented by Tri-County Contracting.
Make your chili perfect with Black Angus ground chuck from Sendix, just $4.99 per pound all this week. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Traffic is sponsored by Sendix Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. I have a riddle for you next, Deb.
Oh, do tell.
A riddle, and it will be indicative of a big news announcement later today.
Okie dokie. All right. Well, right now, we've got a pretty good ride shaping up all over the place on our freeway system down in Milwaukee County, but in Sheboygan County, we have an issue. Highway 57 is closed because of an incident between Eastern Avenue and Hillendale Road, otherwise known as County Highway Double P. So careful with that. Not sure what the incident is, but that's going to be affecting your ride. But the rest of the system actually looking pretty good right now. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ 5-day forecast. Mostly sunny skies for today as that sunshine comes back. High temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Tonight, mostly clear skies. Low temperatures falling into the mid 30s inland, lower 40s lakeside. Sunny skies continue for Friday with high temperatures in the upper 50s. Saturday during the day will be dry with increasing clouds, highs in the mid 50s. We will look at rain chances arriving Saturday evening into Saturday night. A couple of those rain showers might linger into Sunday with temperatures in the lower 60s and breezy winds. Partly cloudy on Monday with high temperatures in the upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 44 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
Out of the gate at 6:12 on this Thursday morning. We're going to begin with a riddle. You can play along. The riddle concerns a story that will be in the news today.
Riddle me this, Batman.
Yeah, Batman.
I'm intrigued, by the way.
Yes, you are. Milwaukee Brewers have scheduled a 10:30 a.m. news conference today. Headline from my contact at the Brewers. Milwaukee Brewers and FPC Live to make a major concert announcement on Thursday, November 7th, 10:30 a.m. Central Time. That's today.
Okay, so like, hey, Kenny Chesney is coming to AmFam or something like that.
Yes. We've had more and more big concerts at American Family Field.
Usually they don't hold news conferences, though.
So, big deal.
Okay.
Speakers will include Rick Schlesinger, Brewers President, Business Operations, Charlie Goldstone, Co-President of FPC Live, and The mayor's rolling out for this. Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson.
What do you think that's all about?
So, like, it's risen to mayoral visit for news conference level?
No, he is not shy. He likes to come to these things, right?
He was invited.
It's a little bit unique, I suppose, right?
Been trying to figure out who it was. So I've dug around. I contacted multiple sources, seeing if somebody would give it up. Usually they don't, but I got more than I expected. I have some information.
Okay.
A clue. I was given a clue. A show coming to American Family Field. And the clue is he was previously married to a very attractive woman.
That cuts it down.
Okay. And he is being joined by a former, quote-unquote, law enforcement member. I'll read the clue again. The big show coming to American Family Field. He was previously married to a very attractive woman, and he is being joined by a former law enforcement member.
Interesting.
You and I have thoughts on this.
Yes.
Greg Pancake Hill was involved in the conversation. Yes. We think we know who it is. But I don't want to say it just yet. I want people to be able to play along.
The process?
Yes. So we'll process your thoughts on that. The WTMJ talk and text line is 855-616-1620. Want to see what we get based on that clue. And then at 7:20, you and I will reveal whom we believe it is because we have sleuthed this, and I think we're right. Official major concert announcement coming this morning, 10:30 at American Family Field.
Not so fast, Batman. Answer my riddle and I shall tell all that you want. Get it wrong and Gotham shall fall.
Damn you, Riddler.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Millions of inventory must be sold. Prices are slashed up to 60% off retail, so save thousands. Save big on new hot tubs, spas, and saunas, also cold tubs. Plus, see the Michael Phelps Signature Swim Spas by Master Spas.
Hi, I'm Michael Phelps. Join the swimming revolution.
The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show this weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Visit 1-800-SPASale.com.
Vince Vitrano here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Running out of time. 2 days left. We are celebrating Gina Della from Pella's birthday. It's right around the corner. Of course, no one would suggest that she looks it, but she is proud to tell you she's turning 60 years old this year. And she is offering a special 0 for 60 deal through November 8th. So that's tomorrow. You put nothing down on your $3,500 minimum order from Pella Windows and Doors, and you can take advantage of 0% interest on your financing for up to 60 months. It's the look you want for your home, customizable windows and doors, quality tested to be sure that they will last for years to come. Fold-away hardware, custom colors, ease of maintenance. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin can include innovative features like shades between the glass, integrated roll screens, noise reduction to make your house even more quiet. Help us celebrate 0 for 60 for Gina's 60th. Certain restrictions do apply, and you need to hold your appointment on or before November 8th. You got today, you got tomorrow. Get started today at PellaWI.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
The Bucks get back to work tonight at Fiserv Forum, badly looking for a win. They're a little dinged up, too, as they enter a stretch now. 5 games in 7 days. Forward Chris Middleton still out recovering from ankle surgery.
Obviously, we want Chris to play, but Chris is doing all the work. He's working his butt off. That's all. You know, as a coach, that's all you can ask for.
Yeah. He's close. He's been doing some practicing and close to it, but just not there yet. The Bucks, of course, 1-6, but so are the Jazz. That's who they play tonight, so that's a good thing. They got that.
Something's got to give.
Rivers was asked if the team is pressing a bit.
No, this is a positive group. Like, we believe we're a really good basketball team that has played poorly, you know, at times. And, you know, last 2 games, you can say we played well and lost the games. This is a big picture thing to this.
Bucks and Jazz tonight on WTMJ. 7 o'clock tip. Our Bucks shoot-around is at 6 here on WTMJ. By the way, an update to a story we've been following. Bucks forward Bobby Portis' house burgled over the weekend while the Bucks were playing the Cavs that night. He lost a bunch of high-priced items. He went back to social media on Wednesday offering up a reward.
I appreciate all the love and support you guys showed me over the weekend regarding the home invasion. I am now offering a $40K cash reward for any information or tips that leads to the return of my stolen items.
Yeah, $40,000, he says. Even anonymous tips will be paid out.
So this guy woke up a Packer earlier this week. Wednesday, defensive lineman Preston Smith practiced with the Steelers following that trade Tuesday. First question from reporters.
How was the first day of school?
Did you pick that up?
First day of school.
How was first day of school? Smith saying that he'd requested a trade weeks ago. Doesn't sound like he's got anything against the Packers as an organization. Just wasn't comfortable, he said, in the Packers' new defense under new coordinator Jeff Hafley.
It's just what I've been playing in the last 9 years of my career. Into this past season is what I was comfortable playing in and what I got used to playing in the previous 9 seasons. So, just being back in the system is like, riding that your favorite bike again.
Guess he's stuck with the first day of school analogy.
Okay.
Right, riding his favorite bike again. Packers get a 7th-round pick in next year's draft in the trade, and Smith is a Steeler.
Man, you're welcome. Enjoy Pittsburgh. That's a great place to be playing.
Gutekunst did mention that. He said, he was happy that he could send a guy who nobody has any regrets over. He had a nice career here in Green Bay. Happy to send him to a contending team and a good place to be. Packers on the bye week, of course. Next play a week from Sunday in Chicago.
What can happen if you don't have an estate plan?
Your assets may not go to your intended heirs.
Dan Kraus from Kraus Estate Planning and Elder Law Center.
If you're in a second marriage, are you sure that your spouse and your children aren't going to fight over your stuff after you're gone? Loved ones could face financial hardship. The courts may decide on guardianship for your children. You may leave behind nothing because of nursing expenses. I've seen all of these things happen. Don't let them happen to your family.
Contact Kraus Estate Planning and Elder Law Center at estateplanningpeople.com.
Well, the weather is getting colder. All you have to do is step outside to find that out. But there is still an incredible opportunity to warm someone's heart during the Hall's Drive Out Cancer Event. Hi, everybody. Debbie Lazaga here. And for a decade, Hall Volkswagen has proudly partnered with the This Time Tomorrow Foundation. That is a local charity dedicated to raising funds for individuals and families battling all forms of cancer over a powerful 50-day campaign. So when you purchase a new 2024 Volkswagen during the event, Hall will donate to the foundation in your honor. You get to get a nice car, and then you get to do good things. This is a good thing. Head to hallcars.com to check out more information about that. That's hallcars.com.
This is the sound of footsteps down a hallway. Doesn't sound like much, but to those facing a complex condition, it's the path from one appointment to the next. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
Get started with your no-hassle refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com.
Checking in at 6:20 with Debbie and traffic.
Okay, well, it looks like we've got an incident now on the ramp from 9th Street to northbound 4394. So watch out for that. We got emergency vehicles on the scene with this, so it could be a little bit tricky to get onto the freeway there. The rest of the system rolling along well. Not seeing any other delays there. Just heads up in Sheboygan County. We did still have that. Actually, no, they've just cleared it. Highway 57 was closed between Highway C and Highway Double P. So be careful heading through there anyways as the delays work themselves out. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Getting a few text responses to the riddle which we posed earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Big concert announcement for American Family Field today. Kenny Chesney, Eddie Money, but it doesn't address the duo.
Yeah, you got to say the riddle again.
Right. The riddle was...
Oh, sorry. He was once married to a beautiful woman, right? Something to that effect. And
he was previously married to a very attractive woman, and he is being joined by a former law enforcement member.
That's the riddle.
Yes, that's the riddle. One person said Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know if that's a show.
All right.
622, mostly sunny today and a high of 57 degrees. Cool overnight, mostly sunny for your Friday, high 58. Right now, 44 in Milwaukee. Is he?
So it's not Eddie Money?
He's no longer with us.
He's not playing AmFam even if he were alive.
I hope that was a joke. All right, well.
AmFam? Come on.
Especially not if he's dead. Would not be a good show.
No concession yet from Erik Hovde. He is the Senate challenger to Senator Tammy Baldwin. That race has now been called. The AP called it, as others have as well, for the Democratic incumbent. On Wednesday, we did hear from Hovde. He posted that they are watching the final precinct results come in, certainly disappointed that the Democrats' effort to siphon votes with a fraudulent candidate had a significant impact on the race, he says, with those votes making up more than the entire margin of the race. So they were upset with one of the fraudulent candidates that Hovde was referring to. It's a man named Thomas Lager of the America First Party. He and a Libertarian candidate have earned roughly 70,000 votes as they have tabulated. So that could have made the difference there.
The suggestion was that Lager was actually backed by Democrats, right, to try deliberately to siphon votes away.
And on the program on Wednesday, we heard from Bill McCoshen, a GOP strategist that you often hear on the Political Power Hour with Steve Scafidi, who said, he's like, I kind of predicted this. He said last week on the air that, you know what? Hovde may struggle to win because of these other candidates in that race. Now, so he is yet to technically concede, but we are hearing from others like Majority Leader Tyler August in Madison. He says, it's pretty much done.
She won. She's going to be the Wisconsin senator, but I think it's pretty damning that she wasn't able to get over 50% of the vote.
Got a little dig in there too, but yeah, so obviously state lawmakers anyway indicating that it appears Baldwin is your winner.
Let's take a look at the national landscape this morning, adding Senator Baldwin. The Democrats having won, she won, so we're using her in this total. The U.S. Senate stands at 52 Republicans, enough for the majority control of that body already. 43 Democrats plus Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, who runs as an independent but caucuses with the Dems, so call it 44 for them. You do that math, 100 seats, 4 still outstanding. Maine, Pennsylvania, Arizona, and Nevada. In only one of those races does the vote appear to lean in favor of the Republicans right now, that in Pennsylvania. There are a lot of votes still to count in Arizona and Nevada, but either way, Republicans will control the Senate in the next Congress. The margin still undecided. U.S. House this morning is an open question. Democrats have secured 190 seats, Republicans 205. How many seats in the U.S. House?
435.
435. So do the math on that. That means 40 races still yet to be decided or called. You need 218 to get to a majority in the House. So it is leaning in favor of Republicans, but could certainly be upended. Dems would need to win 28 of those outstanding 40 seats to claim the slimmest of majorities in the House.
Why are so many still outstanding? Are they all that razor thin? Or
I think some of it's Nevada and Arizona, who are still a long way from finished. Perhaps today, perhaps tomorrow, but those are 68, 70% of precincts reporting and whatnot. President-elect Trump, remember we had Republican strategist Bill McCoshen, whom you just referenced on the show with us Wednesday. Another thing that Bill said that stood out to me was he said Trump is so much better prepared to take the Oval Office than he was in 2016. What is the president-elect up to? Took a call with the president of China, Xi Jinping.
According to the official Chinese readout of the call, Xi told Trump that he hoped for cooperation and mutual respect, and that the two sides should find a, quote, correct way of getting along, and that a fight would hurt both sides.
ABC's Carson Yu reporting from Hong Kong. The transition team for the president-elect also at work. ABC's Catherine Falders.
They are up and running. They're creating PowerPoints. They're having meetings with him. They are essentially preparing the next cabinet. Now, they even have slides that lay out more than 50 actions, whether they're through executive orders, executive action, just declarations, if you will, that Trump will take on day one.
ABC News also reporting at Mar-a-Lago Wednesday, Robert Kennedy Jr., and Elon Musk, SpaceX, Tesla, X-Guy. What role might Musk play in this Trump administration? He's reportedly said he could find $2 trillion in savings in the federal budget.
And he'll probably make $2 trillion too.
Right. He could just write a check. Would he be an advisor or take on some more formal role? Unclear at this point. Now, in fairness to Musk, this wasn't in reference to anything he's doing with the government, but
it's most likely going to be great, and there's some chance, which could be 10 to 20%, that it goes bad.
I say that
didn't say that.
Perfect for his relationship with the president-elect, right? Most likely going to be great. Some chance it could end real bad. We'll see. 627 on Wisconsin's Morning News. News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed 1,500 points. more than 3.5% to 43,730. The NASDAQ up almost 3% to 18,983, and the S&P 500 up as well, about 146 points to 5929. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
WTMJ's Julia Fellow here. I wanted to tell you about a coworker I was just talking to who hadn't been to the dentist in 4 years. I said, oh my goodness. She said, that's all right. I got a cleaning scheduled. They'll get me in 4 months. I immediately told her about Elmbrook Family Dental, which got me in 3 days. You can reach them at elmbrookfamilydental.com. I'm here with Dr. Brandon Brunner and Dr. Erik Teibel. You have such wonderful staff. I went to hygienist Kelly. I also talked to Dr. Worth. That was so great and gentle. Just wonderful staff.
Oh, thanks, Julia. I really appreciate that. I think it starts with quality and taking care of people. Other things we pride ourselves on are patient education and transparency and how we diagnose and do things. The other part of it, too, like you mentioned, is the people. I truly love going to work every day. I like walking in and seeing everybody, whether that's our staff or our patients. It makes me happy. It makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing with my career. The other thing, too, is we have multiple providers, which allows us to keep more procedures here at the office in-house. A lot of patients tell me, gosh, I really wish that I could come here for all my dental work, and that's what we're striving to do. And the other thing that will help with that is we have currently 2 locations, one by Brookfield Square, one by the corners of Brookfield.
And I absolutely love your 3rd location in Wauwatosa at 800 Mayfair Road. It is fantastic. It's a block north of Blue Mound, so convenient. Dr. Brunner, can you tell me more?
Yeah, very exciting to branch out of Brookfield and give patients that we have around from Wauwatosa and from the Menominee Falls area and greater metro Milwaukee access to our care.
What does it look like?
It's a modern feel with some warm touches. It has lots of glass on the 2nd floor, and I'm really excited for people to experience what the city of Brookfield hopefully experiences in the town of Wauwatosa.
You have Waukesha County covered, all of Brookfield, and now you've gone into Milwaukee County in Wauwatosa on Mayfair Road. It's absolutely gorgeous. You can learn more and book an appointment at elmbrookfamilydental.com. That's ELMBROOK familydental.com. Dr. Brunner and Dr. Teibel, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
6:30. I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News, Thursday, November 7th. Our top story, helping to lower post-election anxiety.
I'm Erik. Bilstad, ordered to stand trial in Manitowoc County.
I'm Debbie Loziga. We're looking good around the area. No major delays. We have one incident on the ramp from 9th Street to northbound 4394. Other than that, nothing else. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Nice day ahead. Mostly sunny skies, high of 57 degrees. Mostly clear overnight. Right now at 44.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Former President Donald Trump is deep into preparations for becoming the next President Donald Trump. ABC's Christiane Cordero with more on some names you could see on his cabinet list.
The Trump team in transition mode, preparing the president-elect's next administration. Sources say Elon Musk and Robert Kennedy Jr. were at Mar-a-Lago yesterday as Trump called lawmakers and allies, both named as possible members of the next Trump administration. Trump and his team are now tasked with filling about 4,000 government positions.
President Biden will address the nation this morning. Vice President Harris conceding the race last night. As inflation falls in Britain, the Bank of England has cut its main interest rate by a 1/4 percentage point. The Federal Reserve widely expected to cut interest rates in this country as well later today. Record dry conditions in New Jersey leading to a wildfire threat and voluntary evacuations, mandatory evacuations in Southern California because of wildfires there. This is ABC News.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, results in after Election Day. Good time to learn how to cope with some post-election anxiety.
Megan Anderson is a licensed counselor in Milwaukee. Anderson told WTMJ many people are feeling a really intense form of grief after the election.
For a lot of us, the world is maybe not the world we thought it once was. And the next 4 years are not going to look how we were hoping or expecting them to.
She says it's important for people to take space to grieve and trust their loved ones for support. In Milwaukee, David Azadi-Scott, WTMJ News.
News about your money. The Federal Reserve is expected to once again cut interest rates later today, or at least there's the potential for that. The move follows a day of heavy gains for the major stock indices on Wednesday in the wake of Donald Trump's decisive victory in Tuesday's presidential election.
But why? One idea is
that Trump policies will be pro-growth.
Dave Spano is the president and CEO of Annex Wealth Management. Among the sectors doing well today, banking.
You might see more mergers and activities, good for banks, good for brokers, good for M&A activity.
At the macro level, Spano paints a picture of what could happen in 2025.
I think you're going to see a pro-growth policy, really probably an anti-trade policy to some extent.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
The last time the Dow saw a 1,000-point jump in a single day like what happened on Wednesday was back in November of 2022.
One of two suspects in the death of a toddler from Two Rivers will stand trial. Prosecutors say Jesse Vang's alleged physical abuse of 3-year-old Elijah Javu led to the child's death earlier this year. Manitowoc County District Attorney Jacqueline Labrie.
What was the typical phrase that he would be asked to say to Katrina Bauer?
Sometimes a lot of the phrases were prompted by Jesse, so he would prompt victim child one what to say, such as, sorry, mommy, good boy, no more, I don't want to live at Uncle's house anymore, things like that.
Vu's mother, Katrina Bauer, also charged in connection with his death. She is due back in court December 20th.
A Milwaukee coffee shop is reopening its doors just days after closing down. The Daily Bird, which is on the city's River West neighborhood, says they'll be back open this morning. That shop had previously closed up on Monday. No reason for the temporary shutdown. The business says sales of bumper stickers will go towards recouping lost wages.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 6:33. Traffic sponsored by Holtebeck Eye Center in Brookfield. Visit holtebeck.com.
Holtebeck Eye Center in Brookfield is excited to welcome Dr. Nausheen Abbas to their team. Dr. Abbas is an ophthalmologist and cornea specialist. Learn more at holtebeck.com.
Coming up, all you need, just 5 minutes of this.
News is sponsored by Wachtell Tree Science. Visit healthytrees.com.
Did you know Wachtell Tree Science works all year long, even through the winter? Now's the time to have one of their ISA certified arborists inspect your trees for pruning, insect, or disease issues. And winter is actually the perfect time to prune your trees while they're dormant. Don't wait until spring. Plan ahead for a healthy, beautiful yard. Visit healthytrees.com today. That's healthytrees.com. Wachtell Tree Science, keeping trees healthy and beautiful since 1935.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after, an in-depth recap of every Bucks game in 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 provides game recaps for every game. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis.
Puts it on the floor, spins down the lane, and plunges it through.
Or the deep threes from Dame.
Dame time has arrived with 107.
Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, there's free pizza today at the Mine Shaft restaurant in Hartford. WTMJ's John Merck here. I love the Mine Shaft pizza. Pepperoni's my favorite. Every Thursday, when you buy one pizza, you get a second pizza free. Buy 2 pizzas, get 2 free. Buy 10, get 10 free pizzas, any size, any quantity. Hey, coaches, bring in your teams. Check it out. They can beef up on the free pizza. Your players will love the Mine Shaft's world-class game room. It's super affordable, team bonding. Bring in pizza today for your loyal employees, maybe your clients. They'll appreciate you, and your second pizza is always free. Incredible value. Business owners, managers, order now and pick up your pizza shortly or dine in. Plus, the Friday all-you-can-eat fish fry is just $7.99, $7.99. That's nuts. The Mine Shaft in downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh. Don't turn your oven on. Just walk in today for your free pizza. Plenty to take home for tomorrow. MineshaftRestaurant.com. Big food, big fun. It's the Mine Shaft.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:36.
He says he wanted out of Green Bay. Sports coming up at 6:45.
All right, we always are looking for ways to be healthier, right? Brain health, body health, muscle health, all of that as we live our daily lives. We want to make sure we can live a long, healthy life. Okay, well, here's what CBS correspondent, your guy, Michael George, says you need to do to live a healthy life. Just get out and exercise for just 5 minutes.
Just 5 minutes of exercise a day could lower your blood pressure. A study published by the journal Circulation found the benefit comes from raising your heart rate, whether it's from running, cycling, or climbing stairs. High blood pressure is one of the biggest causes of premature death, affecting 1.2 billion people.
All right, so if you climb stairs for 5 minutes, that should be good enough. Do you have to be cycling at like full speed, or can I just casually bike around the driveway.
And what of watching a horror movie?
Yeah, it's a great question for 5 minutes.
If it's raising the heart rate, if that's the goal. I think the larger takeaway from that is sometimes if you get out of a cycle of maybe you used to work out, but then you didn't and you hit a stretch where you're not working out at all, you sort of feel like you're either all in or you're not.
Okay.
I have a trainer at the gym and I go there for an hour and a half a day. The point being, like, if that's not in your schedule, find a way to do something.
Yeah.
Go for that walk, raise the heart rate a little bit, and that at least will help you. It doesn't mean that a more robust workout isn't also better. Look at me, Eric. I'm a pillar of strength.
You do look nice.
Yeah, it's just fantastic. 6:38 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Get ready for the moment we've all been waiting for. It's the 300K season finale giveaway at Potawatomi. Friday, December 20th, watch your entries from Bird Bash, Cash Clash, and Winter Stash. All pile into one massive drawing for a chance at up to 50 grand cash. Be there to win your share. December 20th, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Learn more at paysbig.com/finale. Must be 21 years old to play.
Vince Vitrano here for Johnson & Sons Paving. I was bumping around the Facebook page the other day, and there was a guy asking the Johnsons, hey, do you do concrete? Yes, we do, was the response. Asphalt and concrete over there. Whatever fits the needs of your driveway, your walkway, the parking lot for your business. If it's time for a repave, but it's not in the budget till next year, still give them a call right now. Johnson & Sons Paving, local, family-owned and operated business, can still give you a quote this year on your project for the coming year. So now you know what numbers to punch into that budget. Also important, you get on the schedule. Johnson & Sons already booking projects for spring of 25. So let's get you on that schedule now so you can plan ahead in every way. Plenty of Johnsons over there, no subcontractors, asphalt, and yes, concrete. JohnsonandSonsPaving.com.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, memory care issues. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. I've been in their places. I love how they deal with people. It's about compassion and empathy at Azura. Kindness is at their core. 14 locations from the Mississippi to Lake Michigan, 4 here in the Milwaukee area. Wisconsin-based and family-owned. It's about kindness and care. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
Make your chili perfect with Black Angus ground chuck from Sendix, just $4.99 per pound all this week. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
At 6:40 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Remember the riddle we posed earlier? I think some folks on the WTMJ Talk and Text line are getting it right, Deb. Don't reveal what we think yet.
Ooh, okay. All right.
855-616-1620 if you have an answer to this clue. This is a big show coming to American Family Field. It's going to be announced later today.
Okay.
The riddle we were given is he was previously married to a very attractive woman, and he is being joined by a former, quote-unquote, law enforcement member.
Mm-hmm.
I think some folks got it right, but we'll take your suggestions.
Very clever, if it's who I think it is. All right, westbound 94 from about 27th Street. Going to be slow all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. That seems to be the only delay we've got. We've got an incident on the ramp from 9th Street to northbound 4394. That looks like everything's been pulled off to the side of the road, but something you want to keep in mind if you're going to be heading through there might be a little bit sticky. The rest of the system looking pretty good. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Traffic sponsored by Sendix Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. After a gloomy stretch of weather, sunshine returns for today with high temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Tonight, mostly clear skies, low temperatures in the mid-30s inland, lower 40s by the lake. Sunny skies continue for Friday with high temperatures in the upper 50s. We will look at increasing clouds for Saturday during the day, staying dry, but rain chances increase Saturday evening into Saturday night. A couple rain showers might linger into Sunday with temperatures in the lower 60s and breezy winds. Then looking dry for Monday, partly cloudy skies with high temperatures in the upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Tyler's got us at 44 degrees.
Let's celebrate another everyday hero. An everyday hero is when we identify and recognize an average John or Jane Doe who had no idea when they got up one morning that they'd be saving a life. Everyday Hero is sponsored by Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, transforming the culture of care. Today we head to Russia. An incredible story. There's video of this. We have it on the website. You can also text the word HERO, 855-616-1620. We'll send it right back to you. So, Vince, you've seen it. This elderly woman, she's in her apartment complex. There's old rickety stairs there, and there's an old elevator. It's probably like a 4 or 5 level apartment building. And she's walking into the elevator with her dog, her tiny little pup. And as she walks into the elevator, the dog walks in with her. But then, for whatever reason, dog walks out of the elevator with the leash still being held by this woman as the elevator doors close. So you can imagine what's going to happen next. She's in the elevator. The dog is not. The elevator's closed. She starts going up.
Oh, no.
What's going to happen to the dog? Well, in the video, the surveillance video, you see the dog start to lift up along the closed doors because she's moving up. At the exact same time, some dude starts walking down the stairs. And as he walks around the corner, he sees the dog getting lifted and being pulled. And you can only imagine what would happen to this dog if no one was around. Don't even want to think about that. Guy immediately realizes what happens, grabs the dog, grabs the leash. He starts to lift up in the air, unhooks the dog, and the dog comes free. And then he stands there waiting. He's pressing the buttons on the elevator. Woman comes back out. Where's my dog? Meanwhile, dog is looking back at her like, hey, what happened?
What happened?
What's going on here? So luckily, the dog is okay. This man is an everyday hero for having the wherewithal to know immediately what was happening and save the dog. If
Look, here she comes out of the elevator.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Sparkles! Mr. Skittles!
The dog's clearly named Mr. Sparkles or Skittles or something. Yes.
I like Mr. Skittles. I'm going with that.
Mr. Skittles.
Mr. Skittles, oh no.
Thank you for this random tenant for being an everyday hero and saving Mr. Skittles. You can see the video online. Just text the word HERO to 855-616-1620.
That's his name.
Everyday Hero, sponsored by Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, transforming the culture of care.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guests, Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment and National Fire Sprinkler Association. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact NX Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at nxwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Sports is such an important part of so many of our lives. Vince Vitrano here from my medical team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. You know, whether you're talking about one of the young athletes in your home or us weekend warriors, tennis, golf, pickleball for me, lawn wars, got to stay in the game. If an injury is keeping you out, these are the docs that can guide your comeback. Consider Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, New Berlin location. Can't miss it. If you've driven by, it's the giant OAW Indoor Sports Complex. And right there, the team offers what they call back-to-sport testing and services for all your physical therapy needs. So if you're recovering from an injury or getting set to make your triumphant return to the game, whatever that may be, OAW has a team of skilled therapists to help you every step of the way. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. Book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Milwaukee Bucks looking for some home cooking tonight as they take on the Utah Jazz at Fiserv Forum. The Bucks need a win. The good thing is the 1-6 Bucks will take on the 1-6 Jazz tonight, so that may help.
Sexy
a little
matchup.
Bit. Chris Middleton's still dinged up. By the way, Coach Doc Rivers says, hey, all this concern of losing all these games, we're not there.
The worry is outside the building. I guarantee you that. There's none inside the building.
Yeah, he says inside they're good.
There's zero pressing from us. We could have made a choice to play Giannis the other day. That was me. I was like, no, that wouldn't be smart. We got games coming up. The growing wasn't bad, but it's enough that with the games coming up, you got to do the right thing and keep believing that in the long run, your team's going to be exactly where they're supposed to be.
All right. Yes, sir. We'll take that. They have 5 and 7. It starts tonight right here on WTMJ. Tip-off against the Jazz at 7. Our coverage starts at 6 o'clock.
Turns out former Packers defensive lineman Preston Smith, traded this week to the Pittsburgh Steelers, wanted out of Green Bay.
To be honest, a few weeks ago I requested a trade. I didn't feel like I was being useful in the system, and it wasn't catering to my play style. And you know, moving forward, like I wasn't surprised when I got the call. It's like, you know, I got what I asked for.
Smith meeting reporters after his first practice with the Steelers as the Packers are on the bye week. I'm not hearing in that, I don't know if you are, but that it was an environment thing, like that he didn't like Green Bay or the team, that it was scheme.
Just a system and a scheme.
The Packers, you remember, changed the defense under new coordinator Jeff Hafley. Smith said he's more comfortable in the Steelers system, which is closer to what he'd been running in previous years with the Packers. So he gets a new team. We get younger guys who want to grow under Jeff Hafley, more time, and a 7th-round draft pick next season. And that is how that's going to go. 6:48 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Tony Drake here from Drake & Associates. Big news. Our retirement-ready radio show is moving to a new time slot. Catch us at noon every Saturday. At Drake & Associates, we craft tailor-made plans that not only meet your financial needs, but align seamlessly with your unique lifestyle. Tune in at noon on Saturdays and get retirement ready.
Drake & Associates, LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates, LLC does not provide legal or tax advice.
Been a week now since I found one Asian lady beetle at the house. That particular bug was no longer with us, deceased. Vince Vitrano for your best pest defense. The bug man and queen bee. I cannot believe it. Who finds one of these, right? If you got an Asian lady beetle thing going on, there are like a billion of them. Yes. Local family, veteran owned and operated. What did I just say? Found one and nothing since. Everybody you talk to has big problems. Things crawling all over. Well, you call out the bug man and queen bee. They came to my house for a full treatment inside and out. Box elders, stink bugs. You get rid of them fast and easy and with a treatment that lasts 6 months. Take care of mice and rats, too. If that's an issue at your home, tell them Vinny sent you, and they'll give you 15% off the cost of your first service. We're bug-free in my house now. The bug man and queen bee, they got time to get you in this fall still before the invaders make a home in your home. 262-633-3411. 262-633-3411. Bugmanqueenbee.com.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Millions of inventory must be sold. Prices are slashed up to 60% off retail, so save thousands. Save big on new hot tubs, spas, and saunas, also cold tubs. Plus, see the Michael Phelps Signature Swim Spas by Master Spas.
Hi, I'm Michael Phelps. Join the swimming revolution.
The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show this weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Visit 1-800-SPASale.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's WTMJ Steve Scafini. Right now, for every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. On top of that, Universal Windows Direct is offering 0% financing for 60 months. Restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to UWD.com.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Checking in with Debbie here at 6:51.
All right. Well, we're still seeing a little bit of a backup westbound 94 from 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound starting to build up a little bit in volume as well. We've got an incident on the ramp from 9th Street to northbound 4394. Careful with that. It's off on the side of the road. Rest of the system looking actually pretty good. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ 5-day forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Nice one today, high 57 degrees under mostly sunny skies. Mostly sunny on Friday. Friday's high 58. Saturday looks okay. Increasing clouds with some showers at night and a high of 56. Sunday, mostly cloudy, breezy with a chance of showers, mainly to the north of the city, and a high of 61. Right now, 44 in Milwaukee. At 6:52 on Wisconsin's Morning News, bringing our friend from ESPN Milwaukee, Jen Latta, who is out at American Family Field this morning. Are you guys doing the upper deck golf? Is that what's happening?
We are. It looks so cool up here. We are at the golf location, and they've got the upper deck golf set up, and they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those little circles out there. So they're going to have people coming through, I think, all weekend to take their chances at hitting those. It's a great way to use AmFam Field during the off season, don't you think, guys?
This is popular. They've done this in other stadiums, and I was out there for sort of a preview event, Jen, maybe a month or so ago. So, like, at different points from around the stadium, you'll be hitting balls onto targets onto the playing surface there at American Family Field. Now, they're not the regular golf balls, so they're not going to damage the field or any of the equipment if you happen to duck hook one into a scoreboard or something like that. But it's real super cool, and everybody can do it. It's today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Sorry, you got us, Jen?
I'm still here, guys. Yep. Everything you just said.
Another big thing I wanted to ask you about. So this is going on at American Family Field today. I wonder if you'll play along. There's a big concert announcement today. Have you heard of this buzz?
No, I had no idea. Do you know who it is? Are you allowed to say?
Erik and I think we know who it is.
Yeah, we've put 2 and 2 together, we think.
So
what do you mean 2 and 2? Are there like clues out there?
There is a clue.
Okay, tell me the clue. I'll see if I can guess.
By a source who would be in the know, this person would not tell me who is playing. And you know how these things are, like it's delicate about how the announcements are made. So this person did not reveal to me who is playing, but did offer this clue. And here it is. He was previously married to a very attractive woman, and he is being joined by a former law enforcement member. And law enforcement is in quotes.
Oh, I don't know.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
That's 3. And that's one group.
Impossible.
Right, yes.
Actually, I don't think all 3 of them are still with us, are they?
Who was the other suggestion we got on the text line? Somebody else who's deceased.
Nash and Young fan. So I don't think that all of them are with us. Wait, a law enforcement. So law enforcement, I would think police, which would be Sting, but that, I don't know, that's probably going too far.
I don't know if that's going too far.
Oh, okay. Married to a very attractive woman? Was married to a very attractive woman, so no longer is. Well, that could be Billy Joel. He was married to Christy Brinkley all those years ago, and she was, a model. And I mean, Billy Joel and Sting? What do you think?
We're getting some of that on the WTMJ talk and text line. Also, see a Springsteen and Sting. See a Paul McCartney and Sting.
You could name any rocker, though, who was probably once
100%.
married to a gorgeous person.
Which is like most of them,
true.
right?
Yeah.
I'm seeing a Kenny Chesney and Zach Brown returning. I don't think that fits the riddle.
Well, Kenny Chesney was married to Renee Zellweger for like a hot second.
Okay, that would count, but then how does Zach Brown associated with the police?
And how do you define beautiful?
Well, it's in the eye of the beholder, of course.
Pancake says Zach Brown, he was arrested or
Yeah,
something?
he was arrested quite recently.
But he is not a member of law enforcement.
Not directly.
He hung out with law enforcement. I don't know. I see a seal in Sting.
So when are they holding this news conference? Is it on the field when people are hitting golf balls?
It's not on the field, so no.
No, it's going to be up here in the golf area. So wait, who is your guess on the artist?
So E and I were going to go with Springsteen, or we were going to go with Billy Joel and Sting.
That seemed like a pretty good guess.
Oh my gosh, so we were on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
I love that.
But good for you to just rip it right out. It took us several minutes and some Google searches.
I'm a bit of a music, pop culture, trivia fiend. So I feel like that was you were right in my wheelhouse there.
Are you going to hit golf balls today, or what's happening on your show?
I guess it just depends. I think we're gonna try. We are set up in the corner of the space, so it's not like we're right in front of one of the bays, so we have to kind of move around a little bit. But hopefully we'll get a chance to. That'd be great. I've been working on my swing, guys.
It's going to be amazing. I want to see copious amounts of video. Talk to Ashton over there. I'd like to see a lot of video.
Will do.
All right. ESPN's Jen Latta with us this morning, 6:57 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal. Johnson Controls plans a $400 million restructuring initiative over the next 3 years that likely will include headcount reductions as the company continues to search for its next CEO. It predicts the exercise will result in annual cost savings of about $500 million. Chicken wings chain Atomic Wings is entering the Wisconsin market. It plans to open 15 stores in the state over the next 6 years, eyeing locations in the Milwaukee area, Kenosha, Racine, Madison, and Green Bay. Lakefront Brewery will have less product on hand this year for its annual Black Friday beer release event. It's producing 2,000 cans of its traditional Black Friday stout, down from 3,000 last year, as well as 1,000 cans of other Black Friday varieties. I'm Teddy Nykel for the Milwaukee Business Journal on 620 WTMJ.
This report sponsored by the White Lace Inn, Door County. Order your holiday gift certificates now.
Hi, Dennis from White Lace Inn here. Since 1982, Bonnie and I have been providing comfortable elegance, sincere hospitality, and romantic getaways at the White Lace Inn in beautiful Door County. The White Lace Inn, 18 incredible rooms and suites within 4 Victorian homes, each with a beautiful queen or king-size bed. Enjoy a romantic fireplace and the warmth of a whirlpool for two. White Lace Inn gift certificates. It's the perfect holiday gift, and it's so easy, you can do it right now from your computer. Go to whitelaceinn.com and take a tour of each room, then click on the gift certificate icon or give us a call. In a few days, you'll receive your gift certificate, which never expires, in the mail along with a brochure to put under the tree. A gift certificate for White Lace Inn. It's a wonderful idea. The White Lace Inn on the Door County Peninsula is open every night of the year. Check out our website now, whitelaceinn.com. The White Lace Inn in beautiful Door County.
Okay, close your mouth and take a deep breath in through your nose. So the way it's supposed to be is that you should be able to breathe easily. You shouldn't feel constrained. What it should feel like is air briskly flowing freely through both nasal passages, day and night. And if not, there's a problem. And it's a don't know what your problem really was until you got it fixed kind of problem. You're living with it. I mean, you're tired a lot. It might give you headaches and sinus pressure, but you're living with it. Yeah, you sound like almost every patient we help until we get their problem fixed. And then you hear them saying, why would I put up with that? Advent will get you breathing freely again with simple in-office solutions like turbinate reduction along with balloon sinuplasty that really can change your life.
To date, Advent has solved over 40,000 breathing triangle problems. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows. When you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary.
Protect mom's assets, protect your assets. Call Kraus Estate Planning, estateplanningpeople.com.
The Bucks are back home to add some pizzazz against the Jazz.
Lillard driving, steps back, fires away from three, and he plants it right in the heart of the cylinder. Damian Lillard has put the Bucks ahead.
Our coverage of the matchup begins tonight at 6 with Bucks Shoot Around. We are your home for the Bucks. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
7 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Thursday, November 7th, our top story, the president-elect preparing for his second term.
I'm Erik Bilstad, honoring a fallen colleague.
I'm Debbie Laziga, westbound 94, a little bit heavy right through the stadium interchange, and then again as you cross over the county line into Waukesha County. Eastbound slowing down a bit from 84th Street past 68th. And a little bit coming out of the out of the stadium interchange as well. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic.
High of 57 degrees today under mostly sunny skies. Tonight, mostly clear. Low of 35 inland. Will stay a little bit warmer along the lakeshore. Right now at 42 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, President-elect Donald Trump beginning his transition back to the Oval Office, including his day one agenda. ABC's Rachel Scott outside Mar-a-Lago.
The 45th and now 47th president huddling with advisors at his Florida residence, already preparing a range of possible executive actions he could take on day one. Sources familiar with the planning tell ABC News they're focused on fulfilling top campaign promises, like launching mass deportations and implementing tough tariffs.
President-elect spoke with President Biden Wednesday over the phone. Biden saying he will address the nation later today.
The president-elect also busy with phone calls following his victories, speaking with Chinese President Xi Jinping.
According to the official Chinese readout of the call, Xi told Trump that he hoped for cooperation and mutual respect, and that the two sides should find a, quote, correct way of getting along, and that a fight would hurt both sides. During the first Trump administration, U.S.-China relations cratered after the 1-2 punch of the Trump-initiated trade war and the pandemic. The relationship had only just begun to stabilize in the past year under the Biden administration. Carson Yu, ABC News, Hong Kong.
Back here in Wisconsin, Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says he is in full support of a Trump presidency, despite the pair having battled in the past.
When President Trump was in town, he didn't say anything negative. So I take that as a big positive, that we are all on the same team. We're all focused on making sure that we get the agenda enacted that we all support. And I think that's going to resonate as it becomes law in D.C., and we'll do the same thing here in Madison.
Speaker Vos officially endorsed the president-elect back in March, despite the former president, now president-elect's bashing of Vos for refusing to take steps to overturn the 2020 election in Wisconsin.
News about your money. Stock futures are up this morning as the Federal Reserve is expected to cut interest rates later today. And those cuts come a day after major stock indices were soaring in the wake of the presidential election.
But not every sector is flourishing. Dave Spano is the president and CEO of Annex Wealth Management.
Solar stocks are down, but banking stocks are up. And so you're just seeing money move from one side of the washing machine to the next.
Stocks tied to clean energy, vaccines, and China are largely down due to fears of a possible trade barrier.
So if you are a retailer here in the United States and you're a low-cost provider and you get a lot of your goods from China, you're not doing great.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Cryptocurrency and Bitcoin also saw major gains on Wednesday.
Funeral services now set for the late Milwaukee alderman Jonathan Brostoff, found dead at Greenfield Park earlier this week from an apparent suicide. Services scheduled for Friday at UW Milwaukee. Brostoff had served Milwaukee's 3rd District as the alderman since 2022, was also in the Wisconsin Assembly for a number of years.
Molson Coors has plans to close multiple brewing locations in the state, including the historic Leinenkugel's Brewery in Chippewa Falls.
The brewing giant tells WTMJ the decision to close the Northwestern Wisconsin brewery is a result of the end of a large contract brewing agreement, and that operations will now shift to their main site in Milwaukee's Miller Valley. In a statement to WTMJ, former Leinenkugel's president Dick Leinenkugel says none of his family was made aware of or counseled on the decision. Molson Coors adds the Leine Lodge and adjacent pilot brewery in Chippewa Falls will remain open year-round. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Leine's 10th Street Brewery in Milwaukee will also close operations.
Coming up, from the subway walls to the auction hall. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:04.
Hey, Wisconsin, it's Dave from Feldco. Did drafty windows make last winter frigid? Listen, Feldco's here to make things easier for you. It's the perfect time of year to replace those old windows. Right now, get 50% off windows plus no money down and no interest for 1 year. Visit us at 4feldco.com or give us a call at 866-4Feldco.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866-4Feldco.
During your career, investments piled up. From 401ks to brokerage accounts, it turned into quite a collection. At Annex Wealth Management, we believe every portfolio tells a story. We've analyzed thousands. Some reflect diligence and fortitude. Others, a mishmash of overlapping investments. When Annex reviews a portfolio, we spot what works, what might not, and then provide unbiased suggestions. Every portfolio tells a story. Let's work on yours. Investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary. That's our story. Head to AnnexWealth.com.
Did you wake up with joint pain? Does it hurt doing routine activities? How are those knees feeling? Or have you been told it's hip replacement time? WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here. You deserve a life of comfort, not a life of repeated steroid shots that cause long-term damage. It's time to check out QC Kinetics. They'll walk you through the proper diagnostics for a non-surgical regenerative treatment. QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative cellular treatments for joint pain. It's an all-natural approach that harnesses your body's own healing properties to treat the root cause of your arthritic pain. Yes, you can have real, lasting relief from joint pain without drugs, without surgery, and without downtime. Learn about your options. Call QC Kinetics. Consultations are free with Saturday appointments available at locations in Greenfield and Mequon. Call QC Kinetics today, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today, 414-285-3474.
When you're due for tire service, visit richlands.com for the location nearest you.
We'll give you a free flat tire repair on every tire we install. No questions asked. I'm Brett Matchke with Richlands. You're due for service.
Richlands. Saudi Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 7:07.
So, Bucks coach Doc Rivers says it's all good inside our house. I'll let him tell it at 7:15.
Story we're following breaking this morning. Death investigation underway right now on Milwaukee's south side. WTMJ's Adam Roberts live in the Breaking News Center with what we know so far.
Right now, Erik, police response is centered around 9th and Mineral. That's just south of the high-rise bridge on I-94. In fact, it's resulted in a few closures. The exit to National Avenue from 94 North closed, as well as the ramp from 9th and Mineral to the freeway heading north. That is also closed. The medical examiner from Milwaukee County did confirm to me just a few minutes ago that they have been called to the scene. Other than that, we're still learning more about this investigation. Now we'll have more as it becomes available this morning on WTMJ.
One of the two suspects in the death of a toddler from Two Rivers is set to stand trial. Prosecutors say Jesse Vang's alleged physical abuse of 3-year-old Elijah Vu led to the child's death earlier this year. Manitowoc County District Attorney Jacqueline Labrie.
What was the typical phrase that he would be asked to say to Katrina Bauer?
Sometimes a lot of the phrases were prompted by Jesse, so he would prompt victim child one what to say, such as, sorry, mommy, good boy, no more, I don't want to live at Uncle's house anymore, things like that.
Vu's mother, Katrina Bauer, also charged in connection with his death. She is due back in court in December.
50 dogs rescued from deplorable conditions at a home in Fond du Lac County. This was in the town of Calumet. Our partners at NBC 26 said they had to bring in the hazmat team because it was so extreme and so terrible inside that home. Charges expected to be filed against the homeowner.
Some subway art is expected to bring in millions of dollars at a sale in New York.
Long before there was Banksy, there was Keith Haring, and a collector is cashing in. Larry Warsh tells the New York Post he loved the artist's chalk drawings on unsold ad space in city subway station walls back in the 80s so much, he bought all he could from people who'd figured out.
Okay.
7:09.
As the leaves start to turn and the air gets crisp, it's the perfect time to think about your outdoor space. WTMJ's John Mercure here. Go with the company I trust, Landworks Wisconsin. From stunning fall displays and holiday decorating to dormant pruning and bed cleanups, they're doing that for me. Landworks has you covered. The beauty of fall is all around us, and your garden and yard should be no exception. Enhance your outdoor space with professional services from Landworks. Make your home the envy of the neighborhood. Find your outdoor inspiration at landworkswisconsin.com, landworkswisconsin.com.
When your car or truck needs service, you should take it to a specialist. I'm Jim Token, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Metro Milwaukee. At a member, new car dealers have factory warranted parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians. Plus, their prices are as low or lower than independent shops, even on routine things like oil changes and tire service. Knowing all that, why would you ever consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
At 7:10, getting an update here on the roads, Debbie. I know we got some trouble.
Yep. We've got the off-ramp to National Avenue closed from 4394 northbound, and the ramp from 9th and Mineral to northbound 4394 closed as well, all because of that incident that happened just south of downtown. Eastbound 94 got some backups from about 84th Street through the Stadium interchange. Westbound's cleared up a little bit. Southbound 41 tightening up right around the North Avenue curve. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Sunny skies are back today after a rainy and gloomy stretch of weather with high temperatures in the upper 50s this afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear skies, low temperatures in the 30s, inland lower 40s by the lake. More sunshine for Friday. High temperatures once again in the upper 50s. Saturday, increasing clouds. We will see dry weather throughout the day, then the chance for rain showers arriving late in the evening into the overnight hours. A few rain showers might linger into Sunday with mostly cloudy skies and breezy winds, highs in the lower 60s, then partly cloudy for Monday as temperatures climb into the upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Right now at 42 in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
Big goings on today, potentially for an iconic structure in Milwaukee, right? That's fair.
Quite fair.
Talking about the Mitchell Park Domes, of course. Yeah.
This is going to be the theme song for our Domes updates?
We'll see. We're workshopping Stevie Windows right now.
Okay.
Anyway, so a proposal from the Friends of the Domes. It's a 6-year, $107 million plan to reimagine these structures. So it'd be a couple of phases. They would restore the domes. They'd invest into Mitchell Park. There'd be more activities, a nature learning center, et cetera, et cetera. So this plan was already passed by a committee, county board committee. Now it goes to the full county board today. At least it's on the schedule. We'll see if they get to it, but it's expected to be voted on today. It would be a $30 million commitment from the county itself.
But then the whole rest of that money would be outside fundraising and perhaps public-private partnership type of stuff. Which gets the county off the hook for $50+ million at least.
Which is great, right?
I mean, the cheapest, save the domes as they are estimates that we were hearing was somewhere between $60 and $80 million.
Right. So we'll dig into this a little bit, find out. That's supposed to happen today. We'll see if it remains on the agenda as expected, but it's part of the Finance Committee report. All the committees do their report today to the county board, and that is on that list. Also, just an update, because I know you were wondering about this. Oh, the flag.
Back-to-back issues that we've been discussing. Well, this one less than domes.
I think this one might be done now. The Milwaukee flag may officially be over. Here's what happened during the Common Council meeting on Wednesday. Alderman Burgelis, who'd been pushing to make the Milwaukee flag, the people's flag, the official city flag.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll send this to committee so that we have time, options for our next steps.
Okay, the motion by Alderman Burgelis is to send this item back to committee. Are there any objections to that motion? Hearing none, so ordered. This concludes unfinished business.
It is now, which means, it's done.
It concludes the agenda item of unfinished business, but leaves so much unfinished business.
I think it will remain unfinished. Perhaps the Milwaukee flag will wave again someday as an official flag, but it doesn't look like it, at least at this point.
Well, as we've suggested, as Rush says, if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice.
So how do you underpromise and still get the job? We believe in our hearts we're going to do great work for you. We're just really careful about making unrealistic promises. At Semper Fi, we refuse to set the bar higher than we can jump. But be assured, that's the goal. To do all we can to jump as high as possible to try to exceed your expectations. We're looking to break records. That's how you win over customers, get really great referrals, and build a great business. When you're making a decision to hire an exterior remodeling company, character, integrity, and the feeling that the people you're about to hire are truly eager to show you how good they are should stand at the top of your list. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Treat your valuable employees to a company holiday party at the historic Fox & Hounds restaurant. When you buy one dinner, you get one free, so half your employees' dinners are free, saving your company hundreds of dollars. Visit foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. That's foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
The 1-6 Bucks take on the 1-6 Jazz tonight at Fiserv Forum. Milwaukee sorely needs a win. A little dinged up, too, as they enter this stretch. 5 games in 7 days. Chris Middleton's still out, recovering from the ankle surgeries. He's getting there, but he's just not there yet, says the coach. Meanwhile, now that you're 1-6, you're losing. How are we feeling? We pressing a bit there, Coach?
No, we're. This is a positive group. Like, we believe we're a really good basketball team that has played poorly, at times. And, last 2 games, you can say we played well and lost the games. This is a big picture thing to this.
So Bucks and Jazz tonight on WTMJ, 7 o'clock tip. Our Buck shoot-around starts at 6 o'clock. By the way, Bobby Portis, an update on his home, which was burgled.
I am now offering a $40K cash reward for any information or tips that leads to the return of my stolen item.
Posting on social media on Wednesday, $40,000 for any tips that can lead to getting those items that were stolen back.
He woke up a Packer earlier this week. Wednesday, defensive lineman Preston Smith practiced with the Steelers following the trade Tuesday. First question from reporters.
How was the first day at school?
Did you catch that?
First day?
How was the first day at school?
Okay.
Smith saying he had requested a trade weeks ago. Said nothing against the Packers as an organization, just wasn't comfortable in the Packers' new defense. Remember, we have a new defensive coordinator, Jeff Hafley.
It's just what I've been playing in the last 9 years of my career. Into this past season is what I was comfortable playing in and what I got used to playing in the previous 9 seasons. So, just being back in the system is like, riding that your favorite bike again.
So kind of sticking with the first day of school analogy. Riding your favorite bike again.
Yep.
Packers get a 7th-round pick in next year's draft in the trade. Smith is a Steeler. Packers on the bye week play a week from Sunday in Chicago.
Pope Francis is making some NFL news. Great catch by Pancake on this. So Pope Francis posted on X, "We cannot become saints with a frown. We must have joyful hearts that remain open to hope." Oh, what is that?
That's lovely.
Yeah,
Good.
Very nice.
Right.
Well, so he hashtagged saints. And if you hashtag saints, little symbol for the New Orleans Saints comes up, and it's a hashtag that the team uses all the time. So he's basically, giving some support to the New Orleans Saints. Here's one, someone writing back to him now. "Pontiff, I appreciate your continual effort to encourage and uplift the Saints during this trying season." Here's another one.
Yeah, they're lousy, right?
Yeah, they're not very good. Here's another one. "He did it again. Could someone let the good man know about the football team that he is inadvertently blessing?" And then there's another one. "Hey, Pope, any chance the Houston Texans can catch a blessing?"
Hey, come on.
too?
How about us over here? We're good people. Why you always favoring the Saints?
Why you always going to hashtag just them?
Jeez.
Come on now.
Come on, help us out. Have the Saints responded?
Yes, with an amen. Back then.
Amen to that. 7:19 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
The National Weather Service has issued a tornado watch.
Go to a place of safety now. A tornado warning is in effect.
The danger in the thunderstorm alone is definitely there. We have wind gusts where it's 50 miles per hour and lots of lightning in the storm system.
Keeping you updated on the weather so you can keep you and your family safe with severe weather coverage on WTMJ. Sponsored by Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. You hear me say all the time, no twisting, no cracking, no popping. What's that mean? Well, that more traditional method of chiropractic care for some folks is a barrier. They're just kind of spooked by it. And it's why they do it differently at Connect Chiropractic. The docs use a special tool. It's called the Integrator. It's not only gentle, but it allows the doctors to target very specific spots on the spine for precise results. In fact, I just met Dr. Tristan. She's been a chiropractor for many years and just joined the Connect Chiro team. Told me she has always wanted to use this method in her practice. My neck, back, shoulder, feeling so much better now. More than a year into care with Connect Chiro. And now I go to see Dr. Alex and the team every couple of weeks to keep it that way. Get on the road to better health now by starting at Go Connect Chiro. That's GoConnectChiro.com.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard, aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, cold tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park.
Checking in with Debbie here at 7:21.
Okay, well, we still have that issue on 4394. The off-ramp to National Avenue is closed, as is the ramp from 9th and Mineral to northbound 4394. So careful with that. We've got eastbound 94 backed up from 84th Street through the stadium. Southbound on 41 slowing down just south of Capitol Drive down around the North Avenue curve. And southbound 43 slowing from Hampton down to Capitol Drive. If you see something we should know about, call the WTMJ Hall Volkswagen traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. Come to Hall Volkswagen for the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ 5-day forecast. Sunny today, high of 57. Tonight, clear, a low of 35. Friday, sunny, 58. Saturday, 56 with showers at night. Sunday, cloudy, breezy. There is a chance for rain mainly to the north on Sunday, a high of 61. Monday, partly cloudy, a high of 57. 7:22 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Major announcement promised today. We have a major announcement alert.
I've come to make an announcement!
Sometimes when major announcements are promised, we've talked about this on the show. They turn out to be major for the person or group making the announcement. Not so major, probably, for most of us. Right?
Major disappointment.
No, this is going to be huge. You're not going to want to miss this. Oh, can you tell us what the news conference is about? Well, no, you're just going to have to come and see it. It's right. However, I believe this will be a major announcement.
Okay.
Based on sourced information and our collective brain, meaning Erik, producer Greg Hill, and me. We think we know what the major announcement will be. A lot of others on the WTMJ talk and text line have suggested as much as well. So here's the headline from my contact at the Milwaukee Brewers. Milwaukee Brewers and FPC Live to make a major concert announcement on Thursday, November 7th, 10:30 a.m. Central Time. That's today. Now, word of caution. Last time FPC Live, the concert promoter, was involved in a major announcement, we heard...
I want to be really clear from the start here. There isn't any big news being announced.
Literally,
come on.
Literally, that was from that news conference.
Now, we don't expect that this time because why?
So this is based on what I told you already. Big news, and I believe it is. We think it is indeed a major concert announcement.
Okay.
The speakers will include Rick Schlesinger, Brewers president, business operations. You would expect that since it's at their venue. Charlie Goldstone, co-president of FPC Live, and Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson. So the mayor is invited to participate in this major announcement.
Now, is that unique? I mean, the mayor's not shy when it comes to a camera and a microphone.
True, but I don't remember being out to announce Kenny Chesney.
Okay.
Or any of the others. And we've had huge shows.
Yeah, you're right. And usually it's just a news release, right?
Yes.
They'll send out just, hey,
right?
Kenny Chesney's coming.
So, right, you don't have a news conference around it.
Right.
Right. So this indicates to me this is a big show and a big to-do.
Like 100th anniversary Harley Davidson type of thing, huh?
Right.
now you got us thinking.
It's not Elton John.
Okay.
I don't think. Because we were given a clue. So I reached out to a bunch of people and, hoping for somebody would give it up. And I didn't get anybody to give it up, but I did get one source to offer us this clue.
Okay.
So we've tried to figure it out. Here's the clue. You can play along. He was previously married to a very attractive woman, which doesn't really narrow it down because many rockers have been previously married.
This is true.
And many rockers have been previously married to attractive women.
Mm-hmm.
And he is being joined by a former, quote-unquote, law enforcement member. He was previously married to a very attractive woman, and he is being joined by a former law enforcement member. Law enforcement in quotes. Number of suggestions have come through today on the WTMJ talk and text line. I see Mick Jagger. I see Blake Shelton, Kid Rock. Somebody else suggested somebody who is dead. I don't think that would not be a very good show. Paul McCartney, Bruce Springsteen. So it's some of those offering that second layer as well.
It's two people, and yesterday when you first provided me this clue, I thought I had it, but I didn't realize these two had ever done anything together.
Indeed. We think it's this. Audio is not very strong there because it's off of the YouTube. It's like somebody's phone cam.
I can't hear you, by the way. Go ahead and bring that down a bit.
These two have played together. In fact, they are playing this weekend in Vegas.
So one is Sting. That one's the easy one. It's the police music there from Sting. Who's the other?
We think it's Billy Joel.
Yeah.
The two of them are on tour. They don't have a ton of shows, but they are playing Vegas together tomorrow night. They have several other shows that have been announced already for 2025 where they will play together.
So this is pure speculation, per your little clue that you were given.
Yes. Do you think we're right?
Yes.
You think we're right?
Yes, I absolutely think. I think Billy Joel, when you think of someone who used to be married to someone beautiful, Billy Joel, Christy Brinkley, back in the day, that was the power couple. They're no longer together, and she has always been known as a very attractive person.
So that news conference is 10:30 this morning at American Family Field. That was fun to play the riddle, though.
Yeah.
Riddle and clue. We think that's what it is, but we'll let you know when we know. Official announcement coming at 10:30 a.m. News about your money this morning, WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average soared more than 1,500 points, up more than 3.5% in trading on Wednesday to 43,730. The NASDAQ at 18,983. That was up 544 points, nearly 3%. And the S&P 500 up as well, 146 points, 2.5% to 5929. Elections have consequences. Is your investment and retirement plan ready for what's next? Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com.
Wait, do you think it's Lyle Lovett in Sting?
Welcome to The Knowledge Brokers, a weekly feature covering the dynamics of the insurance market and how it affects Wisconsin businesses and residents. Sponsored by the original Knowledge Broker, R&R Insurance. Joining us today, Jeff Salasinski, Vice President of Insurance Operations. Jeff, we talked about the complexity of today's commercial insurance market before, but let's revisit that. What are you seeing in the market today, and why is it an important time to have a discussion like this?
Thank you, Vince. It's great to be here. The market continues to be very complex for buyers today, but there's certain approaches buyers can take to capitalize on the opportunities of today. Many businesses renew their policies in the fourth quarter and in early January.
I like the sound of opportunities. Tell me more about that.
Importantly, price increases are beginning to slow down in certain lines of business. Rates are still going up in many cases, but not as much as they were last year at this time. Secondly, we've noticed more competition in today's marketplace from our insurance carrier partners. Their first half results have improved, and couple that with the importance of hitting their year-end business plan, and all of that equates to a stronger appetite to write more new business.
So that all sounds really good, though. Still reason for some caution out there, right?
Of course, companies are still underwriting very carefully, and the terms and conditions continue to be strict as well. Lastly, there's a clear push to raise or change deductibles in the marketplace today. It's important these policy changes are clearly explained and you understand their impact.
So why should these businesses be working with R&R Insurance?
If your policies renew in the fourth quarter or in early January and you haven't heard from your agent on your upcoming renewal, you need to give R&R a call. The timing is right to capitalize on this opportunity. We'll create competition for your account, and no one understands these market dynamics better than the insurance professionals at R&R. At R&R Insurance, we know business insurance.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff. 7:30. I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News, Thursday, November 7th. Our top story, plotting a course for Wisconsin's 8th State Senate District.
I'm Erik Bilstad. A death investigation right now on Milwaukee's South Side.
I'm Debbie Laziga. That is affecting your ride as the on-ramp from National Avenue to or from 9th Street to northbound 4394 is closed, as is the off-ramp to National Avenue. So careful with that. Eastbound 94 backing up out of the 92nd Street all the way through the stadium. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, mostly sunny today and a high of 57.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. As President-elect Donald Trump prepares his new White House team, he is eyeing Tesla owner Elon Musk for a new job. ABC's Jonathan Carl explains.
Trump has talked about having the tech billionaire run a new Department of Government Efficiency, pledging to slash $2 trillion from the federal budget. Musk recently said implementing such major spending cuts, quote, necessarily involves some temporary hardship, but it will ensure long-term prosperity.
Sources tell ABC News that Special Counsel Jack Smith is also in talks with the Justice Department about ending both of the cases against Donald Trump. Germany's federal prosecutor's office has arrested an American citizen for allegedly spying for China. The suspect accused of contacting the Chinese government and offering to transmit sensitive information from the U.S. military. Federal Reserve wraps up its two-day meeting today with inflation getting back under control. The Fed's expected to cut interest rates further. This is ABC News.
Saturday Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 7:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, women's reproductive care will be a major priority for Wisconsin's new 8th District state senator. The Democrat Jody Habesh-Sinekin defeating Republican incumbent Dewey Strobel Tuesday. Habesh-Sinekin on WTMJ saying one of her major goals while in office will be repealing the abortion law from 1849 with one that codifies Roe v. Wade.
And that's a concern for women across the district and so many dads at the doors and other folks who really recognize how important it is.
Says her other top priorities will include environmental protection and tax cuts for whom she calls working families and retirees.
Death investigation taking place right now on Milwaukee's south side. A police response is centered near 9th and Mineral. This is right now near the interstate there, south of the high-rise bridge on 94. Now, the Milwaukee County Medical Examiner is confirming to WTMJ that it's been called to the scene. Debbie's been on this, too. The investigation has closed a pair of freeways on and off ramps near that area.
Funeral services announced for the late Milwaukee Alderman Jonathan Brostoff. Brostoff found dead earlier this week at Greenfield Park from an apparent suicide. Services will be held Friday morning. He served as Milwaukee's 3rd District Alderman since 2022, as well as prior to that in the Wisconsin State Assembly.
In Fond du Lac County, deplorable conditions in one home. It has 50 dogs being rescued this week. Partners at NBC 26 in Green Bay reporting that conditions at this home in the town of Calumet were considered so extreme and so bad that they had to have hazmat crews called in for help. Charges are expected to be filed against the homeowner. The dogs are now at a humane society in Chilton.
Traffic is sponsored by the shower remodel experts at Kohler Services, WI.com.
Upgrade to a beautiful Kohler Luxstone shower in as little as a day or two with the shower remodel experts at Kohler Services. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com today.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 7:33. Coming up, what do you do now with the special prosecutor?
News is sponsored by Griffin Ford, Griffin Chevy on Metro Auto Mall, and Griffin's Hub Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram.
$1 doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee, Waukesha, Fort Atkinson, and Jefferson. Griffin. The buck stops here. The deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Visit the Eleanor Room, your charming downtown Greendale neighborhood retreat with sophisticated small plates and shareables, touting top shelf tequila, craft cocktails, and curated beer and wine. Stop in for locally minded lunch, dinner, and late night lounging. Join us for weekend brunch or reserve a tasting table, offering a menu uniquely curated by our executive chef. The Eleanor Room is the perfect venue for your next corporate event or holiday party, offering an upscale speakeasy ambiance and customizable menu. To make a reservation, visit EleanorRoom.com.
Hey, Wisconsin, it's Dave from Feldco. Did drafty windows make last winter frigid? Listen, Feldco's here to make things easier for you. It's the perfect time of year to replace those old windows. Right now, get 50% off windows plus no money down and no interest for 1 year. Visit us at 4feldco.com or give us a call at 866-4Feldco.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866-4Feldco.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:35.
He said he wanted out of Green Bay. We'll hear from him in sports at 7:45.
Been a lot of conversation, a lot of reporting about the transition team and when the Trump administration moves back into the White House. While the official transition, of course, is several months away before inauguration and all of that, Trump is already sure of some of his day one agenda items. ABC's Jonathan Karl.
Sources tell ABC News that among his first actions, Trump plans to fire FBI Director Chris Wray. Trump's also made it clear he will fire special counsel Jack Smith, who brought those 44 charges against him. The special counsel, however, will probably be gone before Trump is sworn in. Sources tell ABC News Smith is in active talks with DOJ leadership about ending both his cases.
Yeah, so special counsel Jack Smith, he's talking to his superiors right now about how to bring those cases to an end. He's got two that he's dealing with. The federal election interference case in Washington. The other is the classified documents case in Florida.
For now, the conversations are internal within the Biden Justice Department about how to wind the 2 federal cases down. Officials cite the department's policy dating to the Nixon era that a sitting president cannot be prosecuted in federal court.
Yeah, so that's basically why they want to do this, is that they really can't continue to move about on these cases once he is sworn in anyway, per their policy. So what do? How do you wind them down? Takes a little bit of work, or do you just, okay, everyone, shred the documents and let's move on?
The outstanding question is, could they be revived at any point? Is that why there's a quote-unquote winding down? I keep hearing that phrase. He's winding down. Like, what does that mean? And why is it winding down instead of saying, all right, everybody that was working on this, you're no longer working on this. And it goes in a box.
By the way, there's still another case that needs to be wrapped up as well.
The sentencing in the New York hush money case, scheduled for November 26th, is a separate matter with its own complications, and that's up to State Court Judge Juan Merchan to sort out.
Yeah, so that one is coming up. That's the one out of New York. Sentencing had been pushed back. It's later this month. So what happens with that case? Does that sentencing still take place? Does the judge read the writing on the wall and be like, okay, going to have to punt on this?
But that's already a verdict.
Yeah, it's already a verdict.
Right.
Yeah. So what do you do in that one? So there will be some interesting constitutional crisis moments, perhaps, or maybe it just gets slap on the wrist. I'm not sure how they finish that one up.
7:37 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Coming up, the quote, I got 3 go-tos, a gun, a knife, or mace. Woman who is accused of saying that is due back in court today. That story next. This news report brought to you by Steinhoffels. Visit them at steinhoffels.com.
Black Friday furniture and mattress savings start now at Steinhoffels. Get all the latest looks at the season's best prices, like mattresses starting at just $199, recliners at $449, sofas at $499, and more. Plus, you can pay with Steinhoffels' special 18-month 0% financing when you purchase $799 or more. No money down, no hidden fees. Shop Steinhoffels' Black Friday savings now, in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Are you tired of being tired? Go to adventknows.com.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Rose and Rose's Spas, Hot Tubs, Cold Tubs, and Swim Spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park.
Call quality for the signature service you deserve.
For 60 years, we've been known as Quality Heating, offering the highest levels of HVAC expertise. But when I took over for Greg, I saw the potential to add services for all your home needs. We do heating and cooling so well, I figured, why not offer new trades to give all-around home service to our customers? So along with heating and cooling, we now offer top-flight plumbing and electric services. There's no subs here, and we all work under the quality code of taking pride in the Midwestern work ethic, and more importantly, Midwestern morals. You know, much of our trade has gone corporate with private equities, but we remain a family-owned company. This is Anthony Zanevsky with Quality, offering heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric. For the signature service you deserve, call Quality.
Call quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality, now offering heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
20 minutes before 8 o'clock. What do you see on the roads, Deb?
Well, we do still have this issue on the south side. We've got the ramp from 4394 northbound to National Avenue closed right now, and the ramp from 9th Street or Mineral to 4394 northbound closed as well for that death investigation. So careful with that. We got delays coming up from about Lincoln up to that point. More delays coming out of the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. Southbound 43 slowing from Silver Spring down to Capitol. Westbound 94 a bit heavy from 27th to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound's backed up from 92nd Street through the Stadium interchange as well. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ 5-day forecast. Mostly sunny skies for today as that sunshine comes back. High temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Tonight, mostly clear skies. Low temperatures falling into the mid 30s inland, lower 40s lakeside. Sunny skies continue for Friday with high temperatures in the upper 50s. Saturday during the day will be dry with increasing clouds, highs in the mid 50s. We will look at rain chances arriving Saturday evening into Saturday night. A couple of those rain showers might linger into Sunday with temperatures in the lower 60s and breezy winds. Partly cloudy on Monday with high temperatures in the upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 42 degrees. So we could finally have resolution to a story that we have been following step by step here on Wisconsin's Morning News from the moment it happened. Because it happened while we were on the air almost precisely a year ago. So this is the story that we said, let's follow this gate to gate. Let's see how seriously we actually take reckless driving and gun violence in our community. It was Thanksgiving week 2023. You remember this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Debbie was on the air and was reporting in a traffic situation that shut down the freeway. Somebody had shot up a car on the freeway, eastbound lanes of I-94 during the morning rush. Rosita Sims later arrested, accused of pulling a gun with her child in the car and during a road rage moment firing off shots at another vehicle as they were approaching the Zoo interchange. So moving traffic in the freeway, morning rush, and she's accused of firing off shots because she got upset about somebody whom she thought cut her off. Nobody was hurt. This is the woman who, according to the criminal complaint, uttered the infamous phrase, "I got 3 go-tos, a gun, a knife, or mace." In this case, it turned out it was the gun. So this happened a year ago. She's changed lawyers, challenged competency, host of stalls and delays, blah, blah. It went on. We had a hearing, then it was not scheduled, then it was pushed, then we changed lawyers, then we did this. It's been a year, and she's been out on bail. So today, we may finally have a resolution. She's charged with multiple felonies. Ms. Sims due in Waukesha County Court. It happened just over the border into Waukesha for what is, according to court records, a plea and sentencing hearing.
Okay, so it is a plea deal then, huh?
Sounds like it, right? Does that indicate to you what it does to me? That probably there's not going to be a trial, there's going to be a plea, someone is arranged, the prosecutors make a recommendation for sentencing, and then it's up to the judge on how, in this case, it's Judge Ramirez, so how he wants to proceed with that. So we'll see how seriously we're willing to take a case where a person armed with a gun is willing to fire at another car with her child on board the vehicle, no less, driving at freeway speeds. How seriously do we treat the offense? Heretofore, I would say not so much.
Well, we've had a rash of these. There's a moment there when this was happening all the time.
Yes, which is why I kind of chose to focus on this one. We could do, you don't want it to become white noise, but I kind of picked this one to just follow it all the way through the process.
Yep.
So that process may take a major step today. 7:43, sports up next.
If you're living with chronic joint pain in your knees, hips, lower back, and shoulders, I've got exciting news for you.
Emmett Smith, all-time rushing leader and Hall of Famer.
Now you can get relief from pain without harmful medications and surgery. Call my guys at QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics specializes in biologic therapies that can repair and restore damaged tissue. I'm talking about natural pain treatments now available, not just for pro athletes, but to people like you.
At QC Kinetics, we're seeing patients every day who suffer from chronic joint pain but who desperately wanted to avoid surgery. We're treating joint pain with biologic therapies, regenerative solutions with long-lasting results.
Listen, it's all about getting your life back. Playing touch football with kids, walking upstairs pain-free, getting back on a job, and patients at QC Kinetics are raving about the results.
QC Kinetics. Call to learn more about restorative treatments that can get you back in the game.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
The struggling Bucks get back to work tonight at Fiserv Forum. They host the struggling Jazz. Both teams are 1-6. It's been a kind of a rough start to the season, you could say, for the Deer, but head coach Doc Rivers is not worried.
The worry is outside the building. I guarantee you that. There's none inside the building.
Yeah, he says no one's pressing.
There's zero pressing from us. We could have made a choice to play Giannis the other day. That was me. I was like, no, that wouldn't be smart. We got games coming up. The growing wasn't bad, but it's enough that with the games coming up, you got to do the right thing and keep believing that in the long run, your team's going to be exactly where they're supposed to be.
Now, Giannis has been dealing with that strained adductor, so everyone back. Chris Middleton, though, is still dinged up. You won't have him yet tonight. That's day-to-day, week-to-week at the moment. The game tonight, tip-off is 7 o'clock. Our coverage starts with Buck Shooter on at 6 right here on WTMJ.
You buying what Coach is selling right there?
To a certain extent. I would prefer them think, pull back and look at it that way than game-to-game overreacting and doing a little bit over tweaking, if you will.
And you could be 7-0, and that means almost as little as being 1-6 anyway, right?
I think they believe they're a better team than the record shows at the moment.
This argument holds for now, right? Hey, long run, long season, okay.
That's
but
true.
Holds for now. Turns out former Packers defensive lineman Preston Smith traded this week to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Smith said he wanted out of Green Bay.
To be honest, a few weeks ago I requested a trade. I didn't feel like I was being useful in the system, and it wasn't catering to my play style. And you know, moving forward, like I wasn't surprised when I got the call. It's like, you know, I got what I asked for.
I wasn't surprised. I said I wanted to be traded, so they traded me. Smith meeting with reporters after his first practice with the Steelers as Packers are on the bye week. I'm not hearing in that. We can ask Tausch about it. I'm not hearing that like the environment was bad or there's something suspect in the locker room or anything like that. Just he didn't like the scheme.
Snaps were down too, right? A little bit.
And not to get overly, X's and O's, but we changed defensive coordinators. We had been in a 3-4 defense. Now it's a 4-3. He didn't like where he lined up or how that works and that scheme. And he just said, what was his earlier comment? Back like riding my favorite bike. He was just more comfortable in the other scheme. So maybe everybody ends up happy in this one.
And by the way, you're welcome. It's getting sent to the Steelers. That's a pretty nice little deal right there.
Absolutely true. Gutekunst even mentioned it in his news conference. Like, I'm glad that we were able to send him to a team that's in good shape and he's going to have an opportunity to win a championship there. So maybe it just works out well for everybody. And maybe that 7th-round pick that we got with the Steelers turns out to be a gem. Who knows? 7:48 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Get the look you want for your home with customizable windows and doors from Pella. The durability of materials gets tested tens of thousands of times to ensure that they last for years to come. Pella offers custom colors and innovative features like shades between the glass. And right now, celebrate Gina Della's 60th birthday with 0 for 60. Put 0 down, get 0 interest, and it's all up to 60 months. Certain restrictions do apply. Hold your appointment on or before November 8th. Get started today at PellaWI.com.
When is the last time you paid less but got more in return? It happens every day if you or a loved one has Medicare Advantage. $0 copays and an average of $2,500 less out-of-pocket annually, but more benefits like dental, hearing, and vision. More prevention and screenings to keep people healthy. More care for less money. No wonder 33 million seniors choose Medicare Advantage. Visit MedicareAdvantageMajority.org to learn more. Paid for by Medicare Advantage Majority.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. You want to make sure you got the right paint color for your commercial, business, or company. I've got the answer. Call your neighborhood CertaPro painter. Ask about their color consultation services. I've worked with them. They're the best in the business. Free estimates, reliable communication, professional painting at the right price. When you choose CertaPro painters, you're also choosing a partner. Each CertaPro painter business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro painters.
Make your chili perfect with Black Angus ground chuck from Sendix, just $4.99 per pound all this week. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
At 7:49, an update on traffic here, Deb. We've had that death investigation, which has caused some blockages, right, just off the freeway?
Yeah, exactly. The ramp from 9th Street or Mineral to 4394 northbound is closed, as is the off-ramp to National Avenue from northbound 4394. Keep that in mind. Definitely seeing delays on the freeway all the way back into the Mitchell interchange. On southbound 43, backing up from Silver Spring to Capitol Drive. Westbound slowing down on 94 from about 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. And the eastbound side has got some heavy traffic from 84th Street through to 35th. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Traffic sponsored by Sendix Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. As for the weather, that's brought to you by Dave Dre Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. 57 degrees, your high temp today under mostly sunny skies. Staying mostly clear overnight. Now, lows overnight away from Lake Michigan could dip down to the mid-30s, stay a little bit warmer along the lakeshore. Mostly sunny on Friday, high 58. Saturday's high 56 under increasing clouds, some showers possible at night. Some of those could linger into Sunday. Sunday, mostly cloudy, breezy with a chance of showers mainly to the north of the city, and a high of 61. Right now, 42 in Milwaukee.
Idea Man.
Pancake
legitimately is like, hey, are you wearing a mask today?
Innovative.
Am I really this blank and ugly that Greg Pancake Hill would look at me and say, is that a mask?
And Packers Hall of Famer.
Yes, it's the Hulk.
Okay.
Must not be a great mask. This is like the Dwayne Wade statue down in Miami. You think that that's what it is, but everybody kind of looks around like, just wait a second. What? Is that right? No? Yep. Hulk.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
Mark Tauscher on Wisconsin's Morning News is sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Morning, Tausch.
Good morning, boys. A little fresher today.
Yeah,
a little bit.
A little bit more sleep was had. Head back up above water. Post-election.
Nice.
Wanted to ask
Question for you before you guys get into whatever you had planned today. How do you go about if it's your kid's birthday? Have you ever, because is there an expectation when you go out to dinner or a big lunch and you say it's a birthday, is there an expectation that there is a dessert coming your way? Like, do you expect the restaurant to do anything? Or give me kind of your thoughts and I'll tell you what happened.
Yes.
I agree. You would say, especially if it's a child. Oh, it's, Jimmy's birthday here today. Yeah, right. Oh, wonderful.
Little
Good.
Jim.
Yeah.
It's
Make a note
Jimmy's
of it.
Birthday,
You expect something with a candle or a
it
sparkler
doesn't need
or
to
something.
be coming in singing or all that, but it'd be nice.
I don't need the. I know there's some places they bring like a horse, like one of those stationary horses, and they'll do the lasso deal. They make a big deal of it, or if you go to a different bar. So last week I had to go to Iowa City. My son turned. He had his birthday, and it was just me and him on Friday. So we went out to a big lunch. So it's a little bit different, but a very nice. My kid's a foodie. He loves cooking. Like, it's one of his deals. So we went to a really nice little lunch spot. Got this unbelievable pork chop, by the way. Unbelievable pork chop.
Right.
And as we're going, the guy's like, oh, anything special? But, we're here for hockey. And then I kind of do, as my kid was, like, looking at his phone or doing whatever he was doing, I kind of gave a look like, hey, it's his birthday. And the guy's like, oh, cool. Okay, got the thumb, whatever. So we order our food. We get we got an app, got food. This wasn't like it wasn't like a cheap joint either. Okay, so just keep that in mind.
All right.
And then as we come, he goes, "You guys want anything else?" And I'm like, "Nope, we're good." And he brings the bill, and that's the end of the day. And I just was thinking to myself, that is really weird. So was I supposed to say yes? We'd like the birthday cake that I told you about when old boy was here, or I started questioning. Did I push this on him because I told him it was his birthday? And the whole thing was it was a really weird deal. And I just was wondering, did I have unfair expectations for this waiter to bring us out like a 2-day-old cupcake with a candle in it? I was confused.
I don't think there's unfair expectations because even if he had brought it out and put that on your bill, you wouldn't have been upset about that. It's not like 100%. You were expecting something
Yeah, no
free.
problem.
Also, he asked. Are we celebrating
well,
something special today?
He asked. He did say, what do you do? Well, it was, in fairness to him, he said, well, what are you guys doing here? I mean, my kid was, not disheveled by any stretch, but obviously he just played a game. So, but I did the old, because I was expecting, again, I wasn't expecting the whole staff to come out and make it a big blanket deal, but I just thought the whole thing was awkward. It's the first time that's ever happened. And it wasn't, again, this wasn't like I was at Chucky's Diner, which actually I think if I was at Chucky's Diner, I'm getting a stack of pancakes with 16 candles in it. But this was and then to top it all off, a group next to us, they're doing a blanket birthday party. And they scheduled the birthday party. They got staff out there. They're bringing them torts and cakes and ice cream and the whole thing. So it was an awkward operation from the jump.
When you were in high school, did you ever surprise a friend with a birthday when you were at dinner, like even though it wasn't their birthday?
Oh, we did that all the time. Yeah, it's Frankie's birthday. Oh, okay. And then they bring it out. They make a big deal. And you put Frankie in a weird spot. Like, am I going to bust my boys and say, it ain't really my birthday? Everybody always just embraces it. It's not like anyone ever asked for an ID if it actually is your birthday. So The whole thing, it made me ponder, like, where we're at in society with birthdays. If that's, is it a faux pas, social faux pas, to let him know that it's his birthday? And then if it's 2 days earlier, can you still? I'm of the belief if you're within a 5-day window, it's your birthday. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. And when that celebration occurs, right, can occur anytime on that continuum. And therefore, you are just in saying, yes, we're here celebrating Max's birthday. Right. I think that should have happened. I definitely think that something should have been brought.
I couldn't agree more.
Even if
and
they
then the thing
charge
is,
you for it. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Yes, I again, no problem if you charge it.
Right.
None.
If they did, though, I still would have looked at the bill and said, charge me for the cupcake. Okay, like I guess I asked for it.
$6.
Like super passive aggressively. You would have done it passive aggressively. And so then the question is, if you have a 5-day window and you go out a second time, do you go back to that well, or it's only a one and done?
No, new venue, totally new operation.
Yeah,
go back to
new
it.
venue. I wanted to go back to that spot again because the food was great. I wanted to go back and try it again just to see if it was just the company policy or if it was actually the waiter, but alas, I did not.
Go back again. Hey, still his birthday.
Hey, it's his birthday, bro. Yeah, it's his birthday again, and he's still not getting any ice cream. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Tausch. I guess we'll talk some
All right,
Packers
boys.
tomorrow. 7:57 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Johnson Controls plans a $400 million restructuring initiative over the next 3 years that likely will include headcount reductions as the company continues to search for its next CEO. It predicts the exercise will result in annual cost savings of about $500 million. Chicken wings chain Atomic Wings is entering the Wisconsin market. It plans to open 15 stores in the state over the next 6 years, eyeing locations in the Milwaukee area, Kenosha, Racine, Madison, and Green Bay. Lakefront Brewery will have less product on hand this year for its annual Black Friday beer release event. It's producing 2,000 cans of its traditional Black Friday stout, down from 3,000 last year, as well as 1,000 cans of other Black Friday varieties. I'm Teddy Nykel for the Milwaukee Business Journal on 620 WTMJ.
This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Clinics, and I want to talk about exactly what we do. When you come here, you're going to get 2 shots with 2 very small needles. One will be a medication called Toradol, which is a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, completely different from a standard steroid or cortisone injection. This medication is safe and a great pain reliever. The other will be hyaluronic acid, which is a naturally occurring fluid found in all of our joints. What hyaluronic acid does is it helps recoat the inside surfaces to provide cushioning and lubrication. It helps slow down the osteoarthritis process to a point where patients may not need surgery. All of this combined with using our state-of-the-art Ultra G machine developed by NASA has produced profound results. What we do works. And the best part about this is that insurance covers most of our patients' treatments. Go to Rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at ACCUNET.com.
When you need to sell quickly, choose Grandview to buy your home, even if it's less than perfect. Don't waste time and money on finding a real estate agent and dealing with showings. We'll buy your home completely as is. No repairs, not even a clean out. Grandview Homes gives you an offer in hours, and we close on the day you choose in as little as 10 days with no closing costs. Visit GrandviewHomes.com for your fair cash offer today. Grandview Homes, the fastest and easiest way to sell your home.
Cheese doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. 4-door hatchback.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but a car's not one of them. That national online company makes it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online, plus test drive the vehicle before you buy it. And they're right here to handle any issues.
But the car's stuck. No!
Start your search at ADAMM.com.
Built Right. One location saves you money.
You gotta get to Built Right today.
Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
8:01, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. It is Thursday, November 7th. Our top story, a large fire in Walworth County.
I'm Erik Bilstad, a promising peaceful transition of power.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. We've got an issue. The off-ramp to National Avenue from 4394 northbound closed, as is the ramp from 9th Street to 4394 northbound, all closed because of an investigation. Slowing down out of the Mitchell interchange on right around the Plainfield curve all the way up to that scene. Southbound 94 just past the Mitchell interchange. Looks like we've got the left lane blocked with a broken down vehicle there. And then on eastbound 94, watch for the delays from 84th Street all the way through to 35th Street. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
High 57 degrees today under mostly sunny skies. Clear skies tonight, and a low of 35 inland. Will be a little bit warmer along the lakeshore. Milwaukee at 44 right now. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, developing story out of Walworth County.
Mark 25 en route. Can you confirm the address we're going to?
Emergency crews from multiple communities responding to a large fire there. WTMJ's Adam Roberts live at the Breaking News Center.
Vince, the response centered around the Lollipups Pet Resort. It's just southeast of the city of Delavan in Walworth County on Highway 50. The highway right now closed in both directions near the location due to the thick white smoke billowing over the highway. Unknown at this time if there are any injuries. However, we can confirm ambulance services have been called to the scene. We'll have more on this throughout the morning here on WTMJ.
Another story that's developing this morning, a death investigation underway on Milwaukee's south side. A police response center near 9th and Mineral. This is near the interstate, I-94, just south of the high-rise bridge there. The medical examiner confirms to us that it has been called to the scene, the offices, and as Debbie has mentioned, that investigation had closed a pair of freeway on and off ramps near the scene.
Vice President Kamala Harris promising a smooth transition between the Biden administration and the incoming administration of President-elect Trump. News Nation's Brooke Schaefer.
Trump and Harris spoke about the importance of unifying the country and a peaceful transition of power. It was something that she echoed in her formal concession speech to supporters. And we've learned President Biden also called Trump to congratulate him. Biden and Trump expected to meet in person at the White House soon.
President Biden planning to address the nation. They're saying 10 o'clock this morning, our time, from the White House Rose Garden. It will be his first remarks publicly since the election.
News about your money. The Federal Reserve is expected to cut interest rates today. That announcement comes as the stock futures look good again this morning. Major stock indices soaring on Wednesday in the wake of Trump's decisive victory in Tuesday's election.
But why? One idea is that Trump policies will be pro-growth. Dave Spano is the president and CEO of Annex Wealth Management. Among the sectors doing well today, banking. You might see more mergers and activities, good for banks, good for brokers, good for M&A activity. At the macro level, Spano paints a picture of what could happen in 2025. I think you're going to see a pro-growth policy, really probably an anti-trade policy to some extent. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
One of two suspects in the death of a toddler from Two Rivers will stand trial. Jesse Vang facing multiple felony charges, including physical abuse of a child, connected to the death of 3-year-old Elijah Vu. Manitowoc County District Attorney Jacqueline LeBury.
What type of evidence was law enforcement able to utilize to put together that time period of where he was that evening?
We had accumulated text messages, cell tower information from phone companies, information from phone extractions, and video surveillance from multiple different places or businesses.
Vu's mother, Katrina Bauer, also charged in connection with his death. She is due back in court in December.
Two parents in Eau Claire face charges of chronic child abuse after investigators say 4 children were found malnourished in their home. The children told investigators they were physically abused, and doctors reported signs of starvation.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:05.
News is sponsored by BBC Lighting. Thousands of specialty light fixtures open Monday through Saturday.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. With shorter days in the forecast, brighten up now with top quality lighting and ceiling fans at unbeatable prices. At our award-winning showroom, you'll see our new display of Visual Comfort brand lighting along with their newest LED lights and ceiling fans. We carry every major brand, and our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. BBC is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and on Saturdays from 10 to 4. We're located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's and Bachman Furniture, all near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Rose and Roses Spas, Hot Tubs, Cold Tubs, and Swim Spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 8:07.
Most of the results now official, or at least in after Election Day. Good time to learn for some folks who are coping with post-election anxiety.
Megan Anderson is a licensed counselor in Milwaukee. Anderson told WTMJ many people are feeling a really intense form of grief after the election.
For a lot of us, the world is maybe not the world we thought it once was. And the next 4 years are not going to look how we were hoping or expecting them to.
She says it's important for people to take space to grieve and trust their loved ones for support. In Milwaukee, David Azadi-Scott, WTMJ News.
A death penalty hearing is scheduled for today for the man accused of murdering 4 University of Idaho students in 2022. CBS News legal analyst Thane Rosenbaum.
Criminal cases under the national spotlight like this one in Idaho, with the gruesome murder of 4 female college students in their apartment in a state that is not known for high-profile criminal cases, always motivates prosecutors to ask for the death penalty.
Now, some families of the victims are expressing frustration. The trial's venue now changed hundreds of miles away from the crime, which was in Boise.
We got another hurricane chugging its way through the Gulf. The 2024 Atlantic hurricane season, the end to that, as we look at it meteorologically, is still weeks away. Another storm in the Gulf right now.
Slamming into Cuba as a Category 3 hurricane Wednesday, Rafael quickly weakened to Category 2 status as it lashed the island with 105-mile-an-hour winds. It's now cleared Cuba and is drifting toward the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. Some computer models have it making landfall on the Texas coast. Others have New Orleans in the crosshairs. And some forecasts predict that Rafael will die a slow death in the central Gulf. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:08.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
After a series of meetings with the James Imaging Systems sales rep, Matheson Manufacturing chose document imaging technology from James. Matheson Manufacturing President Al Leininger.
They have a reputation out in the field. They've been around for a long, long time. I was really impressed with it.
I also understand you're impressed with the document imaging technology.
Yes, it's quicker, it's faster. We can do a lot more with the copy functions.
James Imaging Systems, better document imaging technology, better support, even lower printing costs.
Yes, definitely. I think the lease is very cost-effective for us. It certainly helps with cash flow, and it's just good.
Al, anything else you'd like to add about your experience with James Imaging Systems?
Yes, James Imaging has been a really good partner with us from the beginning.
Start your business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems today. Call 262-781-7700. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
At 8:10, let's get an update on your morning drive. Debbie.
All Alrighty, we still have an issue in the Mitchell interchange on 94 southbound, just south of the Mitchell interchange. Left lane is blocked with a broken down vehicle, so careful with that. And then we've got those ramps still closed because of that death investigation. The off-ramp to National Avenue from 4394 northbound's closed, as is the ramp from 9th and Mineral to northbound 4394, so careful with that. Eastbound 94 still backed up from 84th Street through the stadium. Southbound on 43, heavy from Silver Spring all the way down to Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
11 minutes after 8 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Get to the forecast in a moment. Want to tell you once again something else we'll discuss later in the program. The riddle that we were given to describe what is going to be a major announcement. They say a major concert announcement at American Family Field. I don't have it in front of me
and
here.
And it came with a riddle.
It did come with a riddle. And let me give it to you here. We'll hit it again a little bit later. Number of folks we think have answered it correctly.
And the reason we were wondering is because it's a big announcement. Like the mayor's going to be there holding a news conference for a concert, which you don't usually
You get
do.
a press release, big thing, whatever. There's a news conference about this, so it causes us to believe it will, in fact, be a major concert announcement. The clue is he was previously married to a very attractive woman, and he is being joined by a former law enforcement member, and law enforcement is in quotes. So we'll let you all stew on that for a minute. We'll hit it again a little bit later this hour. Your forecast.
No, not Lyle Lovett.
Right quick. Mostly sunny and a high of 57 degrees, 35 degrees your inland low overnight, a little bit warmer by the lake, and mostly sunny on Friday, high 58. Right now, 42 in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
Big goings-on could be occurring today regarding a staple in Milwaukee. That's fair, right? An
Absolutely
iconic
fair
structure in Milwaukee County, the Mitchell Park Domes.
And a debate that we've been having for more than a decade.
Right. You're not going for
Steamy windows? Is that what we're saying?
Let's try to, we got to find a brand.
Sometimes
we're workshopping
in the tropical dome, yes. Sometimes the windows are steamy.
There is a plan now to reimagine the domes being put on by the Friends of the Domes, and this is being put before the Milwaukee County Board. It's a funding plan, 6-year, $107 million plan to reimagine the domes, and this has been moving forward through the process. Joining us on Wisconsin's Morning News is the Executive Director of Friends of the Domes, Krista Diefenbach. Hello, Krista.
Hi, thanks for having me.
All right, so walk us through the process. I know that you've been working with some county supervisors on this plan. Where does it sit right now?
Right, so today the Milwaukee County Board of Supervisors will be voting on a budget amendment for the Domes Reimagine project. And so that budget amendment includes a couple of key elements. One is a $30 million commitment paid over multiple years in support of the project. It also includes placing the institution on the National Register of Historic Places, as well as turning over operations of the facility to Friends of the Domes.
So I'm curious about that last part there, Krista. Tell us how the finances work from that point. So one of the reasons that we have not been in the last decade or more of talking about the need to do something, right, because there were parts of the domes literally falling down on people, we needed a long-term plan to save the domes. One of the barriers to that has been the price tag to even restore the domes as is was somewhere in the neighborhood of $60 to $80 million, which the county was saying we don't have. So why is it only $30 million this time from the county, and where does the rest of the money come from for what you want to do with that property?
Right, so that's one of the complexities of this project is that it was never just the need for money. We oftentimes think that if we had all the money in the world, it would be fine and we'd be able to have a sustainable business model. But we actually really needed to address a lot of the key issues facing the conservatory. There are limitations that keep the domes from being able to generate more in revenue than they have in expenses. And that required the county to cover a deficit budget every year. And so this plan, in not just restoring the domes, but reimagining them, allows us to achieve that elusive formula that allows us to create a sustainable business model. In terms of the other elements of the capital stack, so the whole project in total is $134 million. So you had mentioned the $107 million, which is for phase one. Phase two includes a new nature learning center. So out of that $134 million, yes, 22% would come from the county with this commitment. And then we would leverage like tax credit financing. So we're eligible for $31 million of funding through tax credit programs such as historic tax credits. And by turning over the operations of the facility to Friends of the Domes, we're able to leverage that type of financing where the county could not.
We've talked a lot, Krista, on the program before about how to bring in more revenue streams, whether that's coffee shops, restaurants, a gift shop, if you will, or even like the idea of renting out the space. It sounds like everything's kind of on the table for being able to bring in some revenue.
Right, that's correct. So, modern conservatories have this complex business model that brings in revenue from all these different sources, which is what allows them to have that sustainable business model. Because the conservatory was built in the 60s in a time when things were thought of differently when it comes to horticultural conservatories. We just didn't have a lot of those amenities that drive revenue. But with this new plan, we will.
Who's the main customer? Is it schools bringing kids there for field trips? Is it married couples? Like, what's the target? Or is that not a fair question?
Always, everything's a fair question.
Thank you.
For us, our number one target audience, although, yes, we serve all of those folks, but the number one target audience are really families with, children, and that's or caregivers with children. So that could be, nannies who are wanting something to do for, the day, or grandparents who are, caring for their grandchildren on a Saturday afternoon and are looking for something interesting to do. So really, it could be also couples or older adults. I mean, we really see a wide range of folks who come and enjoy the conservatory. But when we think of, that key business model target audience, it's really families with younger children.
Talking with the executive director of the Friends of the Domes, Krista Beal-Diefenbach. Krista, there's still a big fundraising gap in there. So do you need to go out to the community and raise tens of millions of dollars as well to support this project, in addition to the public-private partnerships you're talking about?
Yeah, so we do have a capital campaign goal of $35 million. That would be from private philanthropy, foundations, individuals, corporations. We're right now in the process of talking to folks about what that would look like. We feel like that is a very tenable goal given everything that the community will have once this project is achieved.
Are we talking about adding another dome?
There already is another dome. Everybody always thinks that. I just got a question about that from a community member too. Like, are you really building a fourth dome? There actually is a fourth dome, and it was original to the build, so it came up in the 1960s along with the other three domes. It's just smaller, and it's although it's 5,000 square feet, so it's a good size, but it's smaller than the other domes, and it's perfect for an interactive children's garden. So again, talking about that key market of bringing families in and giving children, what we're calling a yes space. So, a place where they can run and climb and interact with nature.
Okay, likelihood that this is going to be a done deal by the end of business today, Krista, at the county board level.
Right. So there is still the process of us negotiating the terms of, this partnership negotiation. There will be that piece of it. We're going to come back to the county Committee on Parks and Culture and present those terms. That would be, we're set to do a update with them in May of next year. But what this is the county officially taking a position saying, yes, we want to save the domes. Yes, we want to do it in partnership with Friends of the Domes, and we see that this is a viable path forward.
And you're expecting them to vote on that today?
Yes, correct.
In
it
favor
went to the
of it?
Finance Committee. a few weeks ago, and now it's going to go to the full board.
You expecting yes votes is what I meant to ask.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Most certainly, we are very hopeful. We've had over 10 supervisors sign on as co-sponsors of this amendment out of a total of 18. So there's a lot of appetite for this
that
project.
math works out then, yes, for a passage today.
Well, best of luck to you today, Krista Beal-Diefenbach, the Friends of the Dome's Executive Director. Wishing you the best of luck through the process.
Thank you so much.
I think what attracts me to this plan, and as a customer of the Domes myself with kids, we would go a couple of times a year. Sometimes it was in the dead of winter. I just need to let them sort of walk free somewhere where it's a little bit warm. Right? So it was an escape. We would also go for special events. My son loved trains, so we would go every year, I think in February when they have the train exhibit. So, there were event-driven business that we did there and then other things. But what she's talking about is you're not gonna sustain the Domes based on a couple of times a year.
Yeah, I need more than that.
Family going with a couple of kids, right? These other things. Can it be restaurants? Can it be a huge gift shop? Can it be the children's garden? Can it be these other attractions that expand the usefulness of this space and bring in people who are going to spend money? I like where they're headed. What do you think of the music bed for that, Deb? I don't know. Erik earlier said we were workshopping it.
Stevie Windows.
The jury's still out on that, I think. All right. We've got the ramp from 4394 northbound to National Avenue still closed, as well as the on-ramp from 9th and Mineral to 4394 northbound, all closed because of that death investigation that's going on. Eastbound on 94, we've got some backups from 84th Street all the way through the Stadium interchange. Also, some delays along southbound 43 as you're making your way down from Silver Spring down to Capitol Drive. Northbound 41, heavy out of the Zoo interchange up past Watertown Plank Road. Southbound side's actually looking pretty clear right now. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Think you're smarter than the people you hear on the radio? Well, time to prove it with our Trivia Showdown. Brought to you by Quizmaster. Go head-to-head with WTMJ personalities in trivia competition. Check WTMJ.com or text trivia to the WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620 for a list of dates and locations of our next Trivia Showdown. Benefiting Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive. Only here on WTMJ.
Speaking of Stevie Windows, do you ever wake up with joint pain? Can I try to figure out if I can make the connection? Stevie Windows joint pain.
I don't know if you can.
Yes,
you did.
There's many of us that deal with the knee pain, the hip replacement pain. You're dealing with all that. Hey, there's a way you can fix all of it. There's a way. All right, come on.
Quit looking. I can't help you. I cannot help you on this.
QC Kinetics. When you're dealing with any kind of arthritic pain, whether it's in your knees, your ankles, your hips, your back, there's a place you can go without having to deal with surgery. That's the big thing. Not everyone's into the surgery. They don't want to deal with that. They don't want major PT. They don't want to deal with all these drugs. There is another way. It's QC Kinetics. So here's who you call. 414-285-3474. It's QC Kinetics. 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today.
Call quality for the signature service you deserve.
This is Anthony Zaneski with Quality. Because we are truly local and family owned, I think that lends to the trust you can have in our company. And that means when we put out a promotion like this, it's always going to be a deal that you can believe in. So here we go. When you buy an Armstrong heating and cooling system, we'll give you the choice of a legitimate $1,700 off or a free water heater. And with federal and state money helping you pay for the HVAC upgrade, that will make this deal even better. Now, the average life of a water heater is 6 to 9 years. Yours is probably past that or getting there. So before you walk into a flooded basement, you can take care of this and upgrade a big part of your home's inner workings and get a pretty good deal at the same time. So call Quality and get a free water heater when you upgrade your home's HVAC system.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality, now offering heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
Hi, I'm Lori from Sussex, and I'm a future resident of the Westerly. The pool was the big draw for me. I'm also looking forward to the camaraderie on the rooftop patio, and I might have to take up golf. Well, I have specific needs and looked at quite a few retirement communities, and nothing really checked off all the boxes until I learned about the Westerly. I'm confident now that I made the right decision.
If you're seeking Lake Country's finest, don't miss out on the Westerly, opening this spring. Visit livingwesterly.com.
Major announcement is promised today. Let's hit it here. We have a major announcement alert.
I've come to make an announcement!
Yes, we start this morning with a riddle. You can play along. The riddle concerns this story that will be in the news.
Riddle me this, Batman.
Yes, Milwaukee Brewers have scheduled a 10:30 a.m. news conference today. So 2 hours from now. The headline from my contact at the Brewers read, Milwaukee Brewers and FPC Live to make a major concert announcement on Thursday, November 7th at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. That's today.
Okay, so generally, AmFam's had plenty of concerts, right? Generally,
Yes.
we get a news release, a press release that gets sent out saying, hey, Kenny Chesney's coming, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes, right? Or
Which
big
is-
show, 2
yeah.
days of this, or right.
And tickets go on sale on this day. To have a news conference, that makes it seem a little bit bigger.
Speakers at the news conference include Rick Schlesinger, friend of the program, have him on all the time, Brewers president, business operations, Charlie Goldstone, co-president of FPC Live, and Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson. Been trying to figure out who it is.
Okay.
And been trying to figure out whether it is a major announcement. There have been times that we've been told a major announcement is coming, and what seems like major to those making the announcement and what's major to actually you are often two very different
This is
things.
true.
Right. But this has all indications that it is, in fact, a major announcement.
Okay.
So I reached out to a couple of sources, and these things are usually hard to get ahead of time because there's the promoter, there's the venue, there's the artist, there's there are a lot of hands in it, and nobody wants to step on anybody's toes, right? But I did get from one of my sources at least a clue, a riddle. So here is the clue. He was previously married to a very attractive woman, and he is being joined by a former, quote-unquote, law enforcement member.
So it's two people.
Yes. And you would this seems to suggest these are two people that don't normally, you can't have a duo, right?
Okay.
It's not like, Indigo Girls. That's those two, right? That's not that.
All right.
I didn't mean to suggest that they would do AmFam. I just mean it's not a typical duo. It's two artists playing together, collaborating, coming together. Got a lot of suggestions on the WTMJ talk and text line. I think many of them are right. I've seen a Keith Urban here. Keith Urban, is he still married to Nicole Kidman? And is she attractive?
Yeah, see,
That
that's
person
right.
Asking both questions, I suppose. Beauty in the eye of the beholder, right?
Blake Shelton. Someone suggested Blake Shelton.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of Zach Brown. But
Zach Brown, who's he married to? Or was married to? Or is he the former law enforcement?
Why did you laugh at Lyle Lovett?
Why did I laugh? Because it's not him.
Did he?
Well,
Somebody wrote that. No, it's not.
That would be
Diddy.
big news.
Somebody else wrote someone who's dead.
Eddie Money.
So he is deceased?
Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
That would not be a good show. All right, why don't you just tell us who the show is going to be? Eric and
Well,
I
we
have put
don't
this
know,
together.
but we speculate.
Yes, so it took us several minutes and some Google searching and whatever to reach this conclusion.
Took several minutes, but okay.
I don't know anybody, so largely relying on you guys. Greg Pancake Hill also participated in this. We think it is, as do many folks texting in, Billy Joel and Sting.
Sting, who used to be part of Police.
So there's your law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
And then Billy Joel also, because he's, the Piano Man's a huge tour, right? Also of note, Billy Joel was married to Christy Brinkley.
Right. I should point out, though, that Lyle Lovett was once married to Julia Roberts. So,
not saying that, but that's only one piece of the puzzle. Right? Also, Billy Joel and Sting have played together before and have several other tour dates scheduled together, including this weekend in Vegas. So it's got to be them, right?
That'd be a great show if that's what it is. That'd be a fun one to see.
You think that's who it is, right?
Sting and Billy Joel?
Yeah.
Yes, that's who I think.
And that is worthy of a news
That's an educated
conference?
guess. Sure,
That is a
right?
major concert announcement?
Right? Yeah. Billy Joel, who has residence in New York oftentimes, doesn't he just always play the Garden?
Yeah, big time deal. Last time, has he been to Fiserv? Billy Joel, I feel like, no?
I don't know.
Not so much. I'm getting the side eye, no?
I don't know if he's been to Fiserv.
He's been to town, right?
Sure.
Okay, so you think it was pre-Fiserv since we've seen Billy Joel?
I can look it up here quick.
Why don't you just look it up? Or we can just go to break. What's it matter even? News conference is at 10:30 this morning.
Not so fast, Batman. Answer my riddle and I shall tell all that you want. Get it wrong and Gotham shall fall.
Damn you, Riddler.
See, maybe that's why they called the mayor.
Natural wonders of fall than Lake Geneva. Stroll a lakeshore path in a kaleidoscope of color. Explore winding rustic roads. Take a scenic boat tour or glide through a forest on a zip line. At night, stargaze from a historic observatory, cozy up to a campfire, or have a cocktail on the patio. Enjoy the seasonal bounty at orchards, wineries, and farms with flavors to savor. Plan your fall getaway now at visitlakegeneva.com. Lake Geneva. It's always been the place for fall fun.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Rose and Roses Spas, Hot Tubs, Cold Tubs, and Swim Spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park.
Traffic is sponsored by Richlands Tire and Service Center.
Richlands Tire and Service Centers. 5 locations and all easy to find. Visit richlands.com when you're due for service.
8:32. I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Thursday, November 7th. Our top story: fire engulfs a barn in Walworth County.
I'm Erik Bilstad. The future of the domes.
I'm Debbie Loziga, northbound 41, right about at Watertown Plank Road. We've got the left shoulder blocked with a crash. That's making for delays all the way back to Blue Mound Road. Eastbound 94, heavy from 84th Street through the stadium, with the westbound side from about 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard slowing down. Southbound on 43, backing up from Silver Spring to Capitol Drive. And then, of course, we've got those ramps still closed because of that death investigation. Exit to National Avenue from 4394 northbound, and the ramp from 9th and Mineral to northbound 4394 closed because of the incident. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast for today: high of 57 degrees under mostly sunny skies, mostly clear overnight. Low temperatures in the mid-30s away from Lake Michigan, 41 lakeside. Right now, 42 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, developing story out of Walworth County.
Mark 825 en route. Can you confirm the address we're going to?
5020 Highway 50.
It's emergency crews responding to a large fire at Lollipup's Pet Resort just southwest of Delavan. Highway 50 closed in both directions near that fire as well. Looking for updates through the morning, and we'll bring them to you as we get them from the WTMJ Breaking News Center.
Another developing story we've been following closely this morning: a death investigation right now on Milwaukee's south side. Police are near 9th and Mineral. This is near I-94, just south of the high-rise bridge there by the interstate. Now, the medical examiner's office is confirming to us that it has been called to the scene. And Debbie's been all over this, too. The investigation has, of course, closed a pair of on- and off-ramps of the interstate there near that scene.
Funeral services set for Friday for the late Milwaukee alderman Jonathan Brostoff. He was found dead earlier in the week at Greenfield Park, an apparent suicide. Brostoff had served as Milwaukee's 3rd District alderman since 2022, was also previously in the Wisconsin State Assembly.
Happening today, Milwaukee County supervisors expected to vote on a nearly $134 million plan to restore the Mitchell Park Domes on Milwaukee's south side. Executive Director of Friends of the Domes, Krista Beal-Diefenbach, tells Wisconsin's Morning News the group believes the plan has the votes to pass it.
What this is the county officially taking the position saying, yes, we want to save the domes. Yes, we want to do it in partnership with Friends of the Domes, and we see that this is a viable path forward.
The county would take on $30 million of that expense. Beal-Diefenbach says 10 of the 18 county supervisors have already signed on in favor of the project.
Federal Reserve could cut interest rates once again today. Major stock indices soaring Wednesday in the wake of the President Trump-elect's victory in Tuesday's election.
But why? One idea is
that Trump policies will be pro-growth.
Dave Spano is the president and CEO of Annex Wealth Management. Among the sectors doing well today, banking.
You might see more mergers and activities, good for banks, good for brokers, good for M&A activity.
At the macro level, Spano paints a picture of what could happen in 2025.
I think you're going to see a pro-growth policy, really probably an anti-trade policy to some extent.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Time now for news about your money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Well, the bell has rung just moments ago, so where are we at the moment? Well, mixed bag. The Dow is starting the day down 41, the NASDAQ up 137, and the S&P is up 21. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:37.
Hey, there's free pizza today at the Mine Shaft restaurant in Hartford. WTMJ's John Merck here. I love the Mine Shaft pizza. Pepperoni's my favorite. Every Thursday, when you buy one pizza, you get a second pizza free. Buy 2 pizzas, get 2 free. Buy 10, get 10 free pizzas. Any size, any quantity. Hey, coaches, bring in your teams. Check it out. They can beef up on the free pizza. Your players will love the Mine Shaft's world-class game room. It's super affordable, team bonding. Bring in pizza today for your loyal employees, maybe your clients. They'll appreciate you, and your second pizza is always free. Incredible value. Business owners, managers, order now and pick up your pizza shortly or dine in. Plus, the Friday all-you-can-eat fish fry is just $7.99, $7.99. That's nuts. The Mine Shaft in downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh. Don't turn your oven on. Just walk in today for your free pizza. Plenty to take home for tomorrow. MineShaftRestaurant.com. Big food, big fun. It's the Mine Shaft.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, they clicked on the blue button. We sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day and upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. We also let them know about AccuNet's property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval did include that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with the local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win. We'll also likely save you $1,000 to $3,000 in closing costs for exactly the same rate as your bank. Whether you're looking to buy or refi, click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
$8:38 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Christmas stuff is already popping up. You seeing that?
Saw it right outside the door here.
Yep, Christmas trees are being put up in public areas as we get into the holiday season now officially.
This is where we are now?
Yeah, this is where we are.
I'm fine with it, whatever. I don't want to war with anybody, just like it just feels early.
So nearly 50 years after his death, and just in time for Christmas, Bing Crosby is getting a new singing partner for his signature holiday classic.
Bing Crosby has had duet partners from Rosemary Clooney to Frank Sinatra to David Bowie. Heard here in a Christmas classic recorded just before Crosby's death in 1977.
They told me,
47 years later, the Crosby estate has given the okay to add a contemporary voice to his signature tune. Christmas. The new voice is that of V from the K-pop group BTS. He says Crosby is his all-time favorite jazz artist. Crosby's daughter Mary says she's thrilled for the update for a new generation. Crosby and V's duet will be released December 6th. Peter King, CBS News.
So V of BTS, K-popper, is going to be part of a new song with Bing Crosby. Not a new song, a new version of White Christmas.
So he's not doing his own, like he's part
singing
of
it with Bing, like together,
right.
because we have that technology.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the new added twist to the song.
That part of a larger album though, or is it just one song? Because then you got to add it to your little playlist or whatever. But
well, sure, it's easy enough to do. So you're an album buyer still. That's still a thing.
It would be if they let me. It's a good album too.
And they're playing FM, I think. No, they're not.
See you over at the Sam Goody later, Deb?
Sure, why not?
Buy some tapes.
Oh, my God. Oh, the history.
In my day, if you wanted one song, you had to buy the whole tape and rewind it over and over and over again.
You had to look at the coder. We've got eastbound on 94 backing up from 84th Street through the Stadium interchange. Northbound 41, an accident is off on the left shoulder just past Watertown Plank Road. So that's why we got backups all the way back to Wisconsin Avenue. Southbound on 43, slowing from Silver Spring to Capitol. And of course, we've got those ramps closed because of that death investigation on the near south side. So the ramp to National Avenue from northbound 4394 is closed, as is the ramp from 9th and Mineral to northbound 4394. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
A lot of negative criticism has come from the fact that we voice our own radio ads. You sound unprofessional, you sound like you're from the UP, you sound like a couple of dopey farmers. All the comments we've had.
Ben and Arvid Huth, brothers and owners of Penny Mustard Furnishings.
We don't want to sound like everybody else. We don't want to sound super professional. We want to sound like who we are, and this is who we are.
You know, I take things personally a lot faster than what you do. I get all bent out of shape about it, and you're just like, don't worry about it. That's just one person's opinion, you know. And in reality, you're right.
It's not about them liking us. It's about us being who we are.
You know, we want to have good furniture, goes into the home, makes for a happy customer for a long time. And at the same time, we want to have good employees. We want to take care of our employees. We want to support the local craftsmen so they can support their families and their communities. It's what we do.
See more at pennymustard.com.
Like us or hate us, it's what we do.
Rake in a big win this November at Potawatomi. Go head-to-head in the Cash Clash game show for your share of $300,000 in cash and prizes. Just play with your rewards card for entries. Prize drawings on Thursdays. The Cash Clash game show at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Your win is waiting. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
This is the sound of research in the works. Sounds kind of boring. But for those diagnosed with cancer, this is the sound of a possible cure. Because here, our researchers are also your doctors, working as one force, under one roof, where clinical research and new treatments unite in one place to fight even the most complex cancers. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health Carbone Cancer Center. Remarkable.
At 8:43 this morning, still some politics outstanding. We still don't know which party will control the U.S. House of Representatives. We do not know the margin by which Republicans will control the U.S. Senate. More on that and the Trump transition team already at work. But let's start here in Wisconsin with some of our unresolved business.
Continue to wait to hear exactly what Erik Hovde will do. Erik Hovde, of course, challenging Senator Tammy Baldwin. The race has been called on behalf of the Democratic incumbent. He did not concede during a post he put on social media on Wednesday. So could it be that possibly they're still reading the room a little bit to see if there might be some national interest in a recount? We haven't heard anything to suggest that that's going to happen or not happen as of yet.
You still have like the official canvass and all of that, right? That's not in. And I'm looking at the latest updated numbers showing Wisconsin at 99% of the vote in. Is there a 1% or are there more votes out there? It appears unlikely. However,
we do know that other Republicans are acknowledging the race is over. Here's Assembly Majority Leader Tyler August.
She won. She's going to be the Wisconsin senator, but I think it's pretty damning that she wasn't able to get over 50% of the vote.
Yeah, a little shot in there as well. So there are state lawmakers are going away with the fact that they assume the senator has won re-election. It's only a matter of time, you would think, that we'll hear from Hovde's camp either to say, hey, no, we want a recount on this, or that they'll concede.
And it has to be, depending on how that margin finishes, has to be inside 1%.
Right. And it also depends on the rest of the Senate body, whether or not it's, I don't want to say whether or not it's important or not, but if that was the one seat that hung in the balance for majority, then that would obviously change things as well.
Well,
does not
and-
appear to be.
Exactly. Let's get to that. The U.S. Senate stands at 52 Republican seats right now, enough for the majority to control that body already. 43 Democrats plus Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, who runs as an independent but caucuses with the Dems, so we call it 44 on that side. You do the math, it's 100 seats in the Senate, 4 still outstanding. Maine, Pennsylvania, Arizona, and Nevada. What is happening? It looks like Maine is going to go to the independent there, and that would be the incumbent as well. The Republican is way behind, and I was reading this morning that is perhaps ready to concede if has not already. So that would be another one. That'd take the Democrats to 45 at least in terms of their caucus. Pennsylvania is leading red right now. They're showing 98% of the vote in, and the Republican up in that race, but only slightly. Arizona and Nevada. Nevada at only 89% of the vote in or being counted, and Arizona at under 70%. In both of those cases, they're showing the Democrat leading. So they're shaded like the light blue, meaning it's leaning that way. But those could turn, however, any way, and then you'd know the margin. But either way, we already know that Republicans will control the Senate. As for the U.S. House, that remains an open question this morning. Democrats have secured 190 seats. Republicans, 205. How many total seats in the House, class?
435.
Math on that means it's 40 races still yet to be decided or to be called. You need 218 to get a majority in the House. So it is leaning in favor of Republicans, but could be upended. Dems would need to win 28 of those outstanding 40 seats to claim the slimmest of majorities in the House.
How are there that many still outstanding?
Again, what am I reading here? Like, we're not done in Nevada. We're not done in Arizona. Yeah. Pennsylvania in the tighter races has not been called. So there are still some votes to be counted. On to President-elect Trump. Remember, we had Republican strategist Bill McCoshen on the show with us Wednesday morning. I thought one of the things that Bill told us was interesting. He said the president-elect is so much more prepared to take the Oval Office this time than he was in 2016. One, A, because he was already president. Two, because probably this time he thought he was going to win. There was a lot of conversation about the most surprised person in 2016 was him.
Yep.
Like, oh, okay, now how do we do this? Having now been through it, obviously better prepared. What is he up to? The president-elect took a call with the president of China, Xi Jinping.
According to the official Chinese readout of the call, Xi told Trump that he hoped for cooperation and mutual respect, and that the two sides should find a, quote, correct way of getting along, and that a fight would hurt both sides.
That's ABC's Carson Yu reporting from Hong Kong. Now, what will that relationship be like? The president rails on China and unfair trade and all of these other things. At the same time, he's also a guy who prides himself. He says the way to deal with world leaders is to have a relationship with them. And so what will that relationship look like in this second term for President-elect Trump? Transition team for the president-elect also at work. ABC's Catherine Falders.
They are up and running. They're creating PowerPoints. They're having meetings with him. They are essentially preparing the next cabinet. Now, they even have slides that lay out more than 50 actions, whether they're through executive orders, executive action, just declarations, if you will, that Trump will take on day one.
ABC News also reporting at Mar-a-Lago on Wednesday, Robert Kennedy Jr. and Elon Musk, SpaceX, Tesla, ex-guy, right? Everybody knows Elon Musk. I think what role Musk would potentially play in this administration is curious and interesting. He has reportedly said that he could find $2 trillion in savings in the federal budget. But in what role, in what capacity? Does Trump just set him loose on the budget and say, report back to me, what do you see here? Does he offer him some sort of more formal position? Musk's kind of got some stuff on his plate.
The cynic would say
now.
He's going to make $2 trillion too in some way. He'll find a way to make money on this.
No question.
Otherwise,
right?
why are you doing it?
So what is this relationship about at its core? And also, anyone who's worked in the Trump administration or even worked around the president-elect, even those who still like him and support him, know how quickly and easily you can fall out of favor. I mean, read any of the Woodward books on the inner workings of the administration. Ask Wisconsin's own Reince Priebus how that played out for him. He was his first chief of staff, right? It doesn't take much to fall out of favor with the president-elect. So what if they don't get along on something? All good right now. It reminded me of I think we were talking about the robots and AI.
Talking about artificial intelligence,
Yes.
and the future of AI.
Here's Elon Musk on that.
It's most likely going to be great, and there's some chance, which could be 10 to 20%, that it goes bad.
I think you plugged that right into this relationship. Most likely going to be great. Looks good right now. 10 to 20%, it goes bad.
Yeah, they could have a falling out. You could
Right.
see that happening.
And then what does bad look like for either of them? So at this point, still part of the conversation is Musk. 8:51 on Wisconsin's Morning News. All right, Debbie, one more time before 9 o'clock.
All right, southbound on 43, backing up from just south of Silver Spring down to Capitol Drive. Eastbound 94 slow between 84th Street and 35th through the Stadium interchange. We do still have that accident on northbound 41 right about at Watertown Plank Road on the left shoulder, but it looks like the delays have dissipated with that. And then we've also got those ramps closed with that death investigation on the near south side. Exit to National Avenue from northbound 4394 closed, as well as the 9th Mineral on-ramp to northbound 4394. So try and stay away from that area if you can. Hey, help your fellow commuters report accidents, slowdowns, and road conditions to the Hall Volkswagen traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. Come to Hall Volkswagen for the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
He's going to fire up a three for the win, and he hit it! Game time has arrived! He has done it again! Cash Money Middleton to the rescue! Lobs to Giannis, who flushes it in. Lillard, three-pointer for the lead! It's game time! Giannis takes it down the lane. He'll lay it in with another foul. Oh, baby! The Greek freak is unleashed.
The sound of the Bucks is here on the home of the Bucks, 620 WTMJ.
Another 5-star review for my friends Katie and Dan. Donna writes, quote, I love my inspired closet. Now that's a good start. This is why you go local. It's not just the quality of the product, which can transform any space in your home to eliminate clutter and calm the chaos, but it's the design team behind it at Inspired Closets Milwaukee. She also writes, Molly, the designer, listened and paid attention to my storage needs. Nick, the installer, implemented the design precisely, was efficient, and respected my home. I feel that I received true value for the money I spent. A lot of folks out there on the internet, you can just look into it, and a lot of them will pop up. But this is the local team that listens to you and custom designs your dream solutions. Tell them Vinny sent you when you visit the showroom. It's right out near Gerke's Corners in Waukesha. Inspired days start in Inspired Closets. InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Did your home suffer damage from a storm or severe weather? Don't stress any longer. Loyal Family Renovations treats all of its customers like they've joined their personal family, and every project as if the work was being done at their own house. Loyal Family Renovations has a leg up on the competition due to the personal relationships they've built with insurance adjusters over the years. Loyal Family is family-owned, and the loyalty belongs to their customers. Contact them today to get your free home inspection. LoyalFamilyRenovations.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Pretty decent stretch of weather ahead here in the WTMJ forecast, sponsored by Dave Dre Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Sunshine today and tomorrow, both days with temperatures in the upper 50s. Saturday looks like a high of 56 with some clouds moving in and showers at night. And then Sunday, mostly cloudy, breezy with a chance of showers. It says here mainly to the north of the city and a high of 61. So we'll take it. That's some pretty solid November weather.
Yeah, here we go. Before it gets cool, enjoy a nice little fall.
Cool enough for a sweater.
Yeah.
Right? What you want.
Mm-hmm.
A big concert announcement coming in an hour and a half from American Family Field. Brewers are involved. The mayor is invited, and FPC Live is the concert promoter. Should I read the clue again for those who might just be tuning in?
One more
You just
time?
want to
Yeah,
catch
yeah.
Steve? Okay, so here's the clue that I was given from a source who would not tell me who was playing, but would tell me this. He was previously married to a very attractive woman, and he is being joined by a former quote-unquote law enforcement member. So if you haven't heard us work through it, we believe it's Billy Joel and Sting. And one of the reasons we believe that also is because they've played together before.
Right.
And they're booked to play together in other places,
Yes.
touring together. In fact, Billy Joel and Sting played together in Vegas this weekend.
That'd be a fun show. Those two together.
I've seen Sting, not Billy Joel, not
Yeah?
Piano Man.
Sting pretty good.
I enjoyed it. Like sometimes you forget. Like, oh yeah, that's a Sting song, or that was a Police song,
Hit
or whatever,
after
right?
hit after hit.
So they do some collabs where they're together on stage, and then I guess they probably both do their own thing as well.
Yeah, probably. All the hits together. Maybe they do some duets as well, I'm sure.
Yeah. So we'll find out. That is at 10:30 this morning at American Family Field. Do you have anything else to report?
No, that's it.
Okay. Closed lid. The lid is full. WTMJ's Political Power Hour with Steve Scafidi is up next.
You said forget about the airline. Let's take the car and save the fare.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Johnson Controls plans a $400 million restructuring initiative over the next 3 years that likely will include headcount reductions as the company continues to search for its next CEO. It predicts the exercise will result in annual cost savings of about $500 million. Chicken wings chain Atomic Wings is entering the